Live on video. Now it's here we is. Good morning. People's space cadets.
People that don't have to be awake that are awake. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah. How about some of them people that are staying home today because they're lazy asses?
How come them people are staying home today because it's a holiday?
It's still lazy. You can still work.
It's chilly outside.
Not a lot of places offer this as a paid vacay.
Well,
They just grant you the day off if you choose.
I think that's relatively politically incorrect. Now I'm not going to start with my crap
What?
this morning.
Politically incorrect what?
Well, yeah, man, it's Martin Luther King Day.
I know that, but I was just saying, like, a lot of construction places will not pay you for today. They just say if you don't want to work, you don't want to work.
Yeah.
But that's effective on Tuesday as well. And Wednesday and Thursday.
I heard that's going around.
But by Friday, it's no longer offered.
You're out of here.
By Monday, your replacement will be there.
Yeah. I used to, having to schedule employees, and can I have Saturday off on, 3 months away? And you go, yeah, no problem. And then they'd hit you up with, 2 weeks beforehand. They give you the thing, I'm going to need Friday off. And you go, okay. Then you look at the schedule and you go, oh, you got me. Yeah, yes.
That's right.
And then Monday's a holiday, so you don't see them for like a half a week.
Shoot, I remember back in the day, boy, on them construction sites, you didn't realize that they kept a little book. They kept a little tally book.
Yeah, I kept a book on you, Steph.
And I remember when I ran the service department, I had to start keeping a book because there was always these guys that were always late, always with an excuse. But when you're running, super fast and they give you this excuse, you're barely listening. You're like, yeah, just shut up, get in the truck and go.
Oh, yeah.
You got the trucks waiting on this one guy to get there, and you got 14 people that are supposed to be leaving. Each truck had 2 men. And then you had 7 trucks. So you had 14 occupants that were supposed to be in these trucks and heading out to stores.
See heads.
So you got one guy that hasn't showed up. So that's one truck sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't always one guy or the one guy. It was multiple guys doing this. But the point is, Bevan, notorious for being late. So I decided I'm going to keep a file. So I went and I took a piece of paper and designed it on the pewter and then printed it out, wrote their name on it, made a file, stapled this little file together, put it in the one little red file in my file cabinet. And every day that they were late, I wrote down their excuse. And by the end of the month, I had to remind Bevan that his grandma was in ICU this many days out of the month and was dying this many days out of the month.
And his dog got hit this many times.
There was always an excuse. So that was how the owner of the company, had enough info to let him go at that point, because it's like, dude, you don't realize I live by construction clock, and a lot of people don't get it. It's being in the construction world is different than a lot of people want to know. But everything was billable by half hours.
Oh, okay.
So if our time started at 7, then some of the first lighting maintenance trucks, when these guys got to the job, they got to our shop. You had to be leaving our shop at 7. Not I get to work at 7.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You had to be in the truck turning the key to pull out by 7. So people would be there 6:30, 6:45. Start unloading their tools, because technically you as an employee were not on the site until your tools were in the truck and the truck was warming up.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't consider you even being there, because if you're standing in the back parking lot next to your truck talking,
that don't count.
You're back there BSing. So you had to physically be in the truck. So with these diesels, you needed 15 minutes. So we tell people, get there 15 minutes early. Crank the truck first, start unloading your crap, do whatever smoking you're going to do, whatever hee-haw talking you're going to do. And at 7 a.m., it needed to be in driving out of that parking lot. The reason being is Publix, their time started at 7 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
We charged them at 7 a.m. because they covered the drive time to get to their store. That was it. If you got to work at 7:15, then you didn't turn the key till 7:30 because we can't charge them
until
7:30.
Yeah.
So we had to explain that to people. So I know I just gave you a long version, but I
Man,
wanted
you ain't
everybody
kidding.
to.
Can we go home now?
I wanted everybody to get the idea. There's no such thing as 5 minutes late. You're either on time or you're way behind time, and that's where me and my wife have a difference of opinion because my version of 15 minutes is 14 minutes. My wife's version of 15 minutes
It's 30.
is got a 2x in front of that. 2 times 15 minutes. So if my wife says I'll be ready in 15, I still got one episode of a sitcom to watch.
Yeah.
But you got to admit though, Crystal can
It's
be
worth waiting.
Crystal could be as late as she wants.
Man, y'all should see my bedroom. My wife,
I would love to.
boy, I set that one up. So my wife yesterday, she had to work last night, decides instead of taking a nap, she's just going to keep working in the house. She worked up until she got in the shower to go to work.
Yeah.
House looks great though. Everything but the room I was sitting in, because that's the same room the baby throws all the toys, and we've just decided
you can't win there.
Yeah, other than the little ones that we have to worry about stepping on, we just let her do her thing. But yeah, man, our room looks amazing. She's in there moving furniture around.
Shoot.
I'm just like, what the hell? Like, I'm playing on my iPad. I'm trying to find something on TV, and I hear this sound, and I'm like, are you sliding a dresser across the room? She goes, well, I was moving it out of the bedroom. Okay.
Yeah.
I bought those little sliders, you put under furniture so everybody can move it. Yeah, she's now just moving shit all over the house. You sit there long enough, she'll put a slider under you.
Oh, cool.
But then again, if you sit there long enough, you'll probably give her a slider.
Well, I'm just thinking that hey, and any day's a good day if Crystal's pushing me around. So
Speaking of sliders,
yeah, ever since he got that freaking iPad, man, the show's been so much more soundbite-ish.
we've needed it though. We've needed sound bites. We can't just be a boring radio station.
We're anything but a boring radio station.
So speaking of, we're gonna have a Denise moment.
Oh God!
But
I
Denise,
feel dumber just sitting here.
But Denise ain't here, so it's just really just a duh moment. So I'm gonna go ahead and mute Stephanie.
Yeah, because I know
So
it
I
was
go-
coming.
I go through. I just happen to, we got this rule that for our ratings on the fun page is if anybody sends a message,
Yeah.
people just need to check it. At least send a thumbs up, or like if somebody says check my site out, send a thumbs up, or just say I will, or okay, or thank you. If anybody sends us a message and you get a generic thumbs up, just know we have to give you the thumbs up. I mean, we could give you the other thing, but we truthfully don't want to be that guy. But for ratings, we have to answer the message. That's in anything. I could send an A or a B or a D or an L. It doesn't matter as long as I respond.
Don't be sending just L. People will be all confused.
So
God knows I know you, and I'm thoroughly confused. I got the A B thing, but the D
I'm
and the L.
just throwing it out there. Well, I didn't want to just end with I tried to give her the D because people would have been like, you gave her the what? D in this format is strictly in the alphabet, not the word.
Yeah, there you go. Especially before 8 o'clock.
That's right. So the meaning in all this is, so I've told Stephanie to try to make sure she does it as well. So I go scrolling through, somebody had sent a message, and then underneath the message I had just received, I saw this girl's face, and I'm thinking, I've not seen this message. I'm going to open it up. So I got to open it up, and it's this long spiel of how awesome the show is. A friend of hers told her to listen. She now can't get enough of it. I'm giving you a Cliff Notes version, a fast version. So I'm like, this is cool. So I send back, awesome, thank you, right? After apparently Stephanie had sent something. But Stephanie didn't bother to tell me how great this message was. And, that if I would have known, that lady would have deserved a compliment for, thank you for sending such, instead of the generic crappy message that Stephanie answered her with. So,
I did not.
So I start telling her thank you. I had no clue about this. All of a sudden, what people also don't realize is there's like 8 of us on one page.
Mm-hmm.
If I answer the message, or Stephanie or Mike, you don't know which one of us is answering it. So if I'm answering it and then all of a sudden Stephanie starts typing, do we see? Stephanie did this the other day on a message and said, Scott, I don't know what he's talking about. And I thought, Stephanie, that is not what you say, because the person on the other end is reading it going, who the hell am I talking to? So how about you pull up the messages and read what happened? Because I think it's just adorable. You sweet little Pekingese.
Hey, I answered it. You didn't tell me I had to write a book, though.
No, but you could have told me about this. What are you?
I didn't see you. I didn't see you. And I told her,
Pause.
thank you.
Pause.
You are an idiot.
Holiday insults brought to you by Santa Claus.
I was going to wait till after she read this to bring up the I didn't see you factor. So Stephanie says this to me, Mike. The reason I didn't tell you is I haven't seen you.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Seen and
not that you don't have a phone, a Facebook.
I haven't smelled you lately.
Text
so I didn't tell you.
messaging. You had no means to reach out to tell me to go check out this message and tell her thank you. You say I haven't seen you. Just for friggin' fun. Home of the redneck.
And thank you, caller.
Hello? McFly.
Hello.
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 Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
How you doing?
Hello.
Have we figured out who we've called yet?
Ma'am,
Hello.
ma'am, the reason we were calling
Hello?
is you got a payment due on your car.
If you want to pay it, you can.
Tampon Recycling Center. How can we help you?
That's and more. You stab them, we'll slab them.
This is actually the person that wrote that message that Stephanie replied to.
Oh, yeah. Such a great and beautiful, caring message. I love to read it. Only if I'd have known it existed.
You could look into it just as much.
But if you've already opened it and it already said read, in other words, it didn't have a flag telling me there was an unread message, then I wouldn't have noticed it until the next one happened. Oh, yeah, Stephanie. That's what happened, dumbass.
Dang. He
So
called you a
since we
dumbass.
have the young lady on the phone that wrote it, how about you read it? And it's so nice that a listener would send such great stuff to us that, of course, I knew nothing about because, redneck says, I didn't see you. Well, open your damn eyes. You had a telephone, a cell phone, a Facebook.
I had something to tell you, but I couldn't see you.
a text messaging device.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Steph, come on. Let's hear it.
I tune in every day to listen to the morning show. I laugh so hard. Most of the time, I have to then remind myself I'm at work to keep my volume of laughter to a minimum. My sister-in-law told me about you guys. I look forward to logging in and watching the YouTube video of this show. I have to pause it throughout the show for work, so some days I am watching the show until about 12:30. The chemistry that you and everyone else on the show is priceless. Love you guys and the show. Just thought I would let you know.
Aw.
Okay, now how awesome is that? I've actually snapshotted it because
Yeah, man.
that's going in the scrapbook.
Yeah.
That makes me very proud of what's been created here.
I would write it down, but I didn't see you.
You didn't see it. Now
Whatever.
after the compliment, this is where the funny starts. Stephanie, continue, please.
Well, I said, thank you, Redneck Steph. Please keep listening.
And there's other stuff after that, Stephanie.
And then you wrote,
Duh.
And the moral of the story is
this is so awesome to read. I wish that dang old redneck would have told me about this message, but hello, it's the redneck. Thank you very much for listening, DJ Scotty. And then she said, hope you are feeling better. Can't wait till Monday show. And you said, I am feeling a little better. Wow, no more fast food for me. I can't wait until Monday. And thank you. And then I put, hey, you said to answer, so I did. And then you said, yes, but you never told me about this message. Duh. Well, you're the redneck, but duh fits. And then I said, but I haven't seen you to tell you.
So you haven't seen me to tell me.
Yeah. Alex
So-
is chiming in there.
This Metro PCS thing that you spend all this money on is just a paperweight
Oh, yeah.
for holding down your beer labels.
Oh, my God. He went there.
So now, explain who the caller is, since we haven't actually given her a name.
Well, she may not want her name.
Well, first,
Yeah.
yeah. Do you want your name out there like that? We may want to check
It's
that.
okay to be associated with us. You just may not want anybody to know that you're associated with us. Believe me, I have a lot of
My
friends.
name's Amanda.
Hey, Amanda.
Hi, Amanda.
What size shoe do you wear?
Really?
I just figured.
I know. It's just you hadn't done that in a long
Not
time.
a long time.
So, what part of town are you in? I'm not saying it in a stalker way. I'm just trying to see where we reach.
Sure.
Freaking Alex calls me creepy. So, what's your address?
I didn't say that.
What are you wearing?
Stephanie, you quit.
Where do you work?
You stop. Okay, so what area are you in? Shut up, Mike.
How you
I live in
doing?
Covington. I work in Gwinnett.
Cool. So she's somewhat of a local person, but
Do you
traveling.
sleep naked?
Mike.
What? Was that out loud?
Yeah.
Yes.
Crap.
And I thought you
Mike,
knew.
couldn't handle it.
Oh.
I'm sorry. What
Oh,
was that?
please repeat that.
I'm
For,
sorry.
for good slams, we need clarification.
What was that? Hello? What'd you say? Oh, now, yeah. See, that's typical with me is people will shout stuff and then take off running. Let me guess, you're a Democrat.
I'm here.
Okay, what'd you say? Did you
I
say?
said you couldn't handle it.
Oh, I tell you what, you'd be in therapy after 2 dates with me.
Be careful. He'd like to try you just like
Oh,
he did
yeah.
Golden Corral.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh.
I'm all about the buffet, baby.
So that other song, all about the basement, nothing
Well,
to you.
I was going to say all you can eat, but well, it's still before 8.
Oh my God.
Hey, bring it. Wednesday night. You can. Hey, I just saw a picture of you.
I showed him for the profile
Bring it.
picture.
Bring it often. Bring it late. Oh yeah. Are you married?
He really wants to know your address
Are
now.
you married? Are you? How do you feel about being on the
Not
radio?
married.
Are you in a relationship?
It doesn't bother me.
Okay. Why'd you get all
No.
serious? She's getting all sexy talk now. So,
Mike-
and
Mike-
she's got a job.
Mike-
Hell yeah.
Mike's gonna start trying to flirt with her now.
She's got a job that's better than 90% of the women I talk to. Yeah, I'm on Christian Mingle. Hey, you know.
Christian Mingle.
At least he didn't say back page.
Plenty
Well,
of fish.
Grinder. All
What
that
was the
stuff.
what was the one that we used to do as a show? Addison or Madison or something?
Ashley Madison.
Ashley Madison. Man, I had to turn that thing off. My phone sounded like a personal thermonuclear device. It was like bing, bing, bing. You know what? You can say that you're interested in a 25 to 35-year-old white female, and all you get is text messages from 600-pound black women licking their lips going, steak.
Oh.
So Alex just says, "Geez, Mike, what a creeper."
Oh, shut up, Alex. Let me ask you a question. Alex, are you at work today?
And let's
Because-
get back to the caller. So, how long have you been listening to the show, and how many days have you been bored with us?
Listen, for the last 2 months, and I don't think I've been bored yet.
Wow, that's
Oh,
pretty
cool.
good. I always feel like our Mondays are a little blah because we're all so blah on Monday mornings. But I'm hoping what I want to believe. Let me use the word believe. What I want to believe is we're normally like in overdrive,
Mhm.
and y'all are always like third gear, and because y'all are using, let's make it sound like a drug dealer here. Y'all are using us for your laughter, and I get it because we're stupid like that.
Sad. God, that's
But-
sad.
What I have to imagine is on a Monday, y'all are blah,
Yeah.
and we're still a little crazier to kind of get your morning going. And so far, the thing that's been the entertaining all weekend has been this message, because I was with the Leapers yesterday explaining to Joe, his wife, and his mother about this duh moment with Stephanie. And I think everybody in the back seat of the truck about spit their gum out when she says the words, "Well, I haven't seen you." Yeah.
Well, we have
Yeah,
to
because
ask
it's
this.
2016 and Bell South hasn't even come out with a phone lately.
See, that was pretty good. That was a little complex joke.
You know?
I'm sure
She
Alex
couldn't
has
find my
some.
number in the white pages or something.
Oh no, I got you set.
Why's it got to be the white pages?
Shut up.
Because it is. I got you set right there. All I have to do is tap on your face.
Oh, that went bad.
How about that's what you get.
Oh my God, y'all!
Everybody
gotta watch
needs to watch
YouTube.
the video.
Oh, you gotta watch.
Everybody
YouTube.
needs to go back to 755
Oh
on
my
video.
God.
She tries to be smartass and show me her screen, and her
Jesus,
strobing light on her phone goes off as it's in her eyes.
Steph. Oh my God.
Can you see me now, asshole?
Stop or I'll shoot.
So without describing exactly where you work, what kind of work do you do? I don't want to know the location
Workers'
because
compensation.
you're what?
Workman's
Workers'
compensation.
compensation.
Man, see, I wish
She's
I'd have
whispering.
known somebody like that years ago. Because when I got in my wreck that messed up my back, you know, at the time, it was 2000. You know, I was just fixed to turn 30 years old. I knew nothing about how workman's comp worked. I got in a wreck, and my company screwed me over. Because back then, I don't know what the law is now, but back then, if you were out of work like 14 consecutive days, that's when workman's comp kicked in. They brought me in like, I know your back's hurt, but if you can just come do some paperwork.
Yep.
So my workman's comp didn't engage, and then I'd screwed everything up.
Yeah, look at that. I worked for a company that used to make me do stuff like that too. I was a district manager, and they'd say, well, how many days? And I didn't realize what was going on. I had never in my life ever been involved with workman's comp. Not personally, not even as a business, but we had delivery drivers. And this one guy hurt his back. And so, you know what happens though, is you get the one guy that hurts his back, right? And then it's like suddenly an epidemic has occurred to all the delivery drivers.
That's right.
Everybody's like, oh, my back, my back, you know. And so, you know, corporate decided to come up with this thing. Oh, yeah, around day 12 there, it was like, yeah, have them come in. They can help do paperwork, or they can vacuum the floors in the showroom, stuff like that. And that was a scam. They scammed them. And that sucks.
So I guess, are you on your way to work today, or are you off today?
No, I'm at work. I've been at work.
She's whispering.
Man.
She's whispering. She's got a job. God knows she's gorgeous.
Look, creeper.
Well, hey. I'm a radio guy, so I got to do
for
this.
all single guys, she stated she's single. We just showed.
She's gorgeous.
I just showed Mike her picture, and
Absolutely
he'll have a carbon copy of it licked and stuck to his jail cell tonight.
Well, I mean, I licked your screen on your phone. So.
That explains why the button was sticky. So the question is this: so all single men are listening. Describe what guy you would want to date.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Your age bracket.
Yeah.
Everything.
Why you got to go there?
Everything you're looking for in a guy. Because I need to go ahead and eliminate you like a vaccine.
Okay.
Just for fun dating game.
Nice smile. Must have a job.
Yep, you're out, Mike.
Cannot.
I got a job. I'm retired.
Let her finish.
I'm retired. I was talking to
Well, you're
Stephanie, not
something
you.
that sounds like
Living with
retired,
my
but
father.
What?
Ooh.
What'd you say?
She's not gonna call you daddy either.
What did she say?
Nope.
I missed it.
You're the age of her father.
You can't be older than my father.
How old
older
is your
than-
father? I'm 51. Well, look, if I can't be older than your
Right
father,
there,
then you
cut
can't. Then you can't threaten me with sex.
Hold on.
Or not being able to
What did
keep
you
up with
say?
sex.
The new phone runs a second behind. What did you say?
I said, you're right there at the cutoff. Can't do it.
Okay, and then in that case, what is your cutoff? Like when I was single, I had a cutoff of nobody younger than 12, nobody 12 years younger than me. I mean,
Oh
12,
my God! You just said
12 was it. I wouldn't go any more than 12.
that's illegal in Alabama.
Then shut up. I'm not talking 12
said
year old.
nobody older than
Shut
12.
up.
Oh
I'm
my
talking
God.
12 years younger
Did
than
he
me.
not, Steph,
My
did he not
cutoff,
say-
shut up.
Didn't
My
he say-
my cutoff was 12 years younger than me. Then I started noticing the problems that created. So I gave myself a 10-year gap. And then
Statutory
that
rape.
got crazy. So then I was like, they got to be within 5 years of me.
No, yeah, no.
So,
10 years older, not younger.
oh, see, so she already knows she don't want no punks.
well, rough idea. How
No,
old
I
are you
already have
then?
one.
Right, give me a
My
demographic. How old
daughter's
are
son
you?
is younger than me.
Your daughter's
How old
father?
am I?
Yeah. No, well,
Rough-
yeah.
rough
My
idea. I know a
daughter's
lady
father's
does.
younger than me.
Huh?
Do what?
Well, because the delay in the phone, you have to give it a second. So you said the words because Mike had started talking, and it's because of the new phone that we have. There's a delay. So you said your daughter's father's younger than you, so you definitely don't want to go younger anymore. You want to go established and older. Hey, you notice I think the word established in there.
Cool.
Well, because women don't want to date these punk boys that want to walk around with their drawers hanging out. They don't have no job. You know,
and let me tell you something. Nobody treats a woman better than a gentleman.
Do you know why most of the girls dated me back when I was in my 20s?
Outside the family?
Because I already had the house, you know, the 3 trucks, the motorcycle. Because I was already established. They're like, we're going back to your place? I'm like, yeah, my house. And they're going, your house. Yes. And then we pull up in the driveway, and I had a 3,000 square foot house, and they're looking at my house. They see all the trucks in the yard, and they're like, so is this your brother's? And I went, no, this is my house. They're like, how many people live here? I'm like, me. And then that was like, wow, because in 1999, 98, that 96, 97, 98 moment, you know, that puts me around that 26, 27. And back then, I hate to say it, but there's a lot of turds out there that didn't have anything. Because they didn't want to work for it, of course.
Well, I mean, I was just curious. I didn't want to know her actual age, but I was just kind of shooting for what was the demographic there. Because she said 10 years. This always kind of confuses me because once you get like into your mid 30s, the difference between 35 and 45 is really not too much different. I can understand when you're 20, between 20 and 30, hey, big difference. But 35 and 45. Come on.
So we have a single guy asking how old you are.
And it's not Mike.
Who said I was single?
I'm in my 30s.
She's in her 30s. Okay.
So, you know.
There you have it. All single men now taking applications. Well, I don't know. Are you taking applications? I'm not sure. I probably shouldn't say that.
Where should I send my resume?
No.
Like me, I used to say.
She said no.
I'm always looking for my future ex-wife. Say again?
I like being single.
Oh, okay.
Man,
well, you haven't grown out of it yet, though.
But there's days, man. There's days where I wish, you know, when I was single, rather. Let me word it this way.
It wouldn't work out with me anyway.
There was days that I wish I was still single. You know what I mean? And then there was days, you know, that I wished I wasn't single. And I'm not saying now. I'm talking about then. You know, back then it was like, man, I'm glad I'm single. And then I'd start dating somebody and go, man, God, why didn't I stay single? Because you get sucked into playing some of the games. Well,
and that's the thing. That's why I just said I apologize. I didn't mean to sound that way, but you're still sowing your oats there. And I'm 100% dedicated exclusive. I don't. And you know what? Still, when people are single, when they go out places or they want to be single, when they go out places with dates, they have a tendency, not saying sweetheart, but I'm just saying, they have a tendency to be bigger, better deal, you know, looking around the crowd.
The BBD, man. I was always looking for the bigger, better deal.
Yeah.
And Alex, which I can tell is not a Southern gentleman.
By no means.
Because he says the words, never trust a woman that won't tell her actual age. Well, here in the South, young man, you don't ask a woman her age.
Nope.
So we just needed a percentage. If you're the 30 to 35 area or 35 to 40 area, I never want to know your real age. I can't even tell you how old my mother is. I don't want to know.
Well, I was just going for too. Like I said, when someone puts an age cap, and they say generally that just maybe they're a little younger because they don't. If they say 10, 15 years, it's because when you're 20 years old, a guy who's 35, that's an old guy. But when you're 35 years old, someone who's 45 isn't an old guy. You're in the same damn category. So I hate to break it to you, but
I have from a listener. Well,
Okay,
since
I've got to get back to work.
you do
Okay.
that.
Hey,
Thank
thanks for
you.
calling in. Thanks for the message. Have a great day.
Bye.
All right, bye. I was gonna say we probably ate up some of her her listening time. Hold on, give her a second to get back on because she's probably listening from her app.
Yeah.
Let's go to a commercial and we'll come right back. We definitely want to get to that message you were just saying there, Steph. Hang tight, everybody. It's just fun in the morning. We will be right back. We will be right back. We will be right back.
I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you.
That's awesome. She called in.
Mm-hmm.
The phone delay, though. I told you I thought that was going to be a problem.
It's
Yeah, because
crazy.
she would start to say something, and Mike would start to say
I-
something,
yeah,
and it
well,
was
because
talking
we're-
over.
you know,
I
we
was
try
used
to
to
get
cover
the
the dead-
phone.
we try to cover the dead air, but the problem
Yeah.
is that phone's it runs a little behind. It
But
seems to do good though, because who would have thought she could have just called in without me having to open it or nothing?
Isn't it funny how they'll do women will say stuff like that? They'll go, you couldn't handle it. So I start asking questions. I think women are pre-programmed to be defensive.
No, they just have weirdos like you that
Fix
follow
your-
through the grocery store. Don't take
Fix your
no for an
glasses.
It's just not true. Once
Don't
Fix
they,
your glasses.
answer. Not the grocery store.
man, I haven't been in a Dollar General in so long.
Dude, I mean, when I was
I used to
single,
love it.
I purposely went to certain stores because I just knew, like
Walmart and Loganville.
Loganville. Dude, I mean, that
Walmart,
was the
Loganville.
single man's paradise.
I'm
I
here to
made
tell you.
sure that anytime I had to go to Walmart, I went to Loganville.
I will tell you right now, if I am ever feeling
Are you
lonely
wanting your jacket off?
and need a little
Hold on.
woman smile action, I go to Walmart and Loganville. They are so nice. They're beautiful. You know what? I can't take responsibility for it. I really can't. But you know what? For the most part, women. I mean, you're set. But for me, women are mean.
I just got lucky.
Women are mean.
I got lucky.
You know?
I'd already been trashed with three different girls I tried to date in 2010, and then when I finally Christmas Eve, one of them had been stringing me along, and then by Thanksgiving I was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm just done. And then it was like, because she wasn't calling me worth a crap or nothing. So I was kind of like, I'm done. If I don't hear from her by my birthday, I just won't speak to her ever again, blah, 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 blah. So literally my birthday rolls around Christmas Eve. I didn't hear nothing. I said, I'm done, completely done. So now it'd been over a month. I hadn't talked to her. And then I did that event at Fusions and met Crystal. Man. I went from November till March.
Yeah.
I'm
here to
that's
tell
when I
you,
met Crystal late February.
I have found that just most women in my demographic, I'll go with, generally are coming out of divorce 1 or divorce 2. They're broken. Some guy jacked them, and they're pissed off at the world, and so they just want to do the dating thing. Which dating today is so dangerous.
Yeah, I don't even know about dating
Yeah.
anymore. If I had to do it all over again, I would suck
And
so
tell you the
bad.
honest goodness truth, if I met a woman that said, "Oh, I date a lot," I'd be like, "Okay, well."
See, I never dated. I did go try to meet this one girl one time because she was in that I date. I
Yeah.
only go out on dates. So, and me, I've only met one girl through a dating site
Mm-hmm.
that I even attempted to go on a date with, and it sucked.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. But see, because
most
my
of the time
idea
I've
dates-
always met somebody through somebody.
Yeah, my idea of dates are not what the majority of people. I'm not going to a club for a first date. I wouldn't be able to hear a damn thing.
No. But I'm saying I met this one girl that wanted. We need to talk about this on air too.
Sure.
That believed it's dating just like you saw on TV on a
Mhm.
sitcom, where somebody comes and picks you up, y'all go out to dinner, you have a good time, and then y'all talk or don't talk afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, before I ever met up with anybody, we'd already been talking on the phone for freaking weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm.
Goodness gracious, my nose has started running.
I don't shoot. I haven't been on a first date, and I don't know how long that I didn't bring flowers.
Oh, see, now that's an unusual because you don't hear about that anymore.
Well, the women are not looking for nice guys. That's just that's my take on it. It's my world, so I can say what I want, I guess. But I'll say it on the radio because I really don't think they are.
I gotta blow my nose.
Do it.
Actually, if you keep making all that noise, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it.
Ashley said, I'll make as much noise as I want to.
Sit up. Sit up. What? What? You can't be on the microphone.
I think I need to shave. Were you on dating sites? What are you looking at them single guys for?
No, it's a man arrested for stealing his own urine after driving under the influence.
I read that story, believe it or not.
And then I was watching one about the grandmother that was in the bikini that was arrested for drinking and driving.
Oh, God.
Yeah, 49-year-old woman with her 10-year-old grandson in the backseat.
And we're back for more. Yeah, oh yeah. So we were talking about dating. Steph, before we get into what all, in other words, everybody's been watching video. You'll have to hear it twice. That's the good thing about watching video, though, is you get to see and hear things that you're not probably going to hear quite on the station itself.
Probably don't want to.
What was the message that was being sent to you as we was hanging up?
Well, since y'all are on the subject of age, my cutoff age is 9 years older. LOL.
And who was that? Nobody's saying.
I don't understand how you put a number to it.
It's real simple.
Yeah, because
you just do.
I mean, there's like
because let me say this.
We can do ask me
I
my
was
age.
standing at this. It's either CVS or Walgreens right there at the hospital in Rockdale,
Mhm.
Sigmund Road.
Mm-hmm.
I was on the way to the nursing home to see my grandmother at the Remington house. I had left Southside Steve's. I swing in there. I'd left Southside Steve's that morning.
Can I make a comment real quick?
Sure, let's just go for it.
I listened to Southside Steve this weekend on the radio, and guess what? Oh my God!
He's a dick.
Oh God, yeah.
Yes.
Geez.
Okay, so back to the story.
squirrel.
So I leave there at 3:00 in the morning. It's an hour to get back to Snellville. So, I mean, I'm talking 4:30 by the time we get something to eat or whatever. I had to get up the next morning. Had a young lady with me. And when I use the word young, you'll see just how young in just a second.
Wow.
Yeah, this is when I decided my dating bracket was really screwed up because that whole 12-year mark. So I stopped to get my grandmother a card. And that's when these singing kind of cards that when you open them and they play like the Star Wars theme or Superman, those had just come out really. And so I open one and it's like this cool song. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool. When do you remember that? And the girl just looks at me. I open another one. And this is for my grandma's birthday. I'm like, man, this is so cool. Well, by the fourth song, I'm looking at her going, man, do you remember this? She's like, you do realize I wasn't born when most of those songs came out. And I just went, oh, yeah.
Cats in the cradle.
That's when I realized y'all ready for this?
Cradle Robin?
Well,
I was 37 years old and she was 25.
mm-hmm.
And that dawned on me at that point. My bracket is off just a little.
Well,
I can't have. What I figured out is this. It's 8:14, but this is words everybody needs to live by. And I live by these rules in my life. I gave up being the wild, crazy guy, chasing women and being stupid when I started realizing in 2010 that my life kind of sucked. Now, as far as what it looked like on Facebook, man, I was the life of the party.
No.
My single buddies loved me because I was always hanging out with hot chicks. Everybody just thought I had this amazing party life. And I kind of did. But it was really just an optical illusion. It kind of was a little miserable because all my buddies are saying, man, you're dating these hot chicks and you're dating these hot chicks. And I'm like, yeah, but I go to sleep alone at night. And you have a wife and kids. They're like, yeah, but you got the house, you got the hot tub, you got the motorcycle, you got this, you got that. And I'm like, and I go to bed alone every night. I wake up alone every morning. And I developed this saying that I started living by, saying, if I can't have what I want, then I want everything I can have. So if I couldn't have the wife and the kids, I'll take the bikes, the cars, the women, the hot tub, the parties, the vacations, the bike weeks. If I can't have the life I want, sure, I'll take everything else I can have. Well, that's where I was. Now look where I am. But what I started realizing is you've got to be able to talk after you have sex. And if you can't talk about anything, then you're apparently with the wrong person.
Or chloroform.
Okay, dum-dum. Okay, dum-dum.
Throw that in there.
Okay, dum-dum.
That or the duct tape. Whatever.
Well, there's 4 years and 11 months between Travis and I.
Really?
So you fall under, how many years?
4.
So you fall under the 5-year mark.
I just don't think I could go, hey, excuse me, how old are you? Okay, I'm sorry, you don't meet my criteria.
Well, I mean, when
No. You normally find all this out.
Yeah.
Like, hello.
At the grocery store?
Dude, most time you can kind of tell before you start talking to them. I mean, hello, if she has blinking shoes on, Mike, she's too young for you.
But you can still see her in the dark if she gets away.
Shut up.
Well,
If she's wearing SpongeBob stuff, she's too young for you.
That is just not true, dude. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of adults with SpongeBob. I was in Walmart this weekend. There's a lot of grown folks wearing. Stephanie's got SpongeBob pajama pants.
Pajamas, not like they're going out.
You
to
have
the club
no
show.
animated pajama pants.
I have flamingos.
Yeah, but those are pajama pants,
Yeah.
not going out pants.
Well, I don't go.
And the
bars.
people from Walmart suck. Don't use that. They were at Walmart speech because you've seen the people of Walmart.
And the
speech.
only
Walmart,
SpongeBob,
Loganville.
the only SpongeBob shirt that I have, on the back of it, it says, if you can read this, the sponge fell off. And it's on the front, it's got SpongeBob riding a motorcycle.
So
Okay,
anyhow,
I'm not sure where that's going. But,
Well, you was asking about SpongeBob.
no, I was
So
just okay.
get
While
to your
you were
point.
while you were telling that story, you know, it was dawning in my head. It was
don't
that,
change stories though.
No. I'm talking about the girl with the story with the girl about not understanding the music. Is when you said that, it was kind of like, man, you must really not have liked her. You must not really have cared about her, because I care less what music you liked or didn't like or were born. When I'm involved with a woman and I have feelings for her, if she didn't, you see what I'm getting at?
No. You're missing the whole point.
Absolutely.
If she,
That's what I do. I'm a radio character.
If you're trying to carry on a conversation about music and the girl has brought up all this stuff and every word is, I wasn't born yet,
Oh, yeah.
then you have to start realizing maybe there's a problem here.
Oh, I've been on a date and listening to Peter Frampton come over the radio and me go, all that other stuff, or Mindbender. And the girl I was out with goes, who's that? And I went, Frampton. And she's like, who?
There's a difference of somebody saying they don't know the genre of music.
Oh, yeah.
But when a person tells you, say 5 different songs, we're talking, these are in birthday cards. So it was like one might have been the Village People, one may have been Kool and the Gang, one may have been the Wizard of Oz, one may have been Star Wars. When you start opening these cards and this woman looks at you and says the words, I wasn't born yet, you have to evaluate the fact that maybe this dating young girls isn't for me. And when you start analyzing, all that was the epiphany switch that got turned. Then you have to start realizing, how many conversations have we had that we actually could communicate on the same level?
Right. Yeah. I mean,
so
if you're helping her with her homework.
So here's how it will be. Let's do role play, Steph.
Okay.
Ooh.
Pretend you're a hot, sexy chick and you're like 25 and I'm 45.
It's going to take some acting.
And I say something to you about motorcycles. What would you say?
I
Okay,
used to ride.
you just got stupid. You're blonde.
No,
You would
I
say,
used to ride with,
my dad has one like
that's
that.
what I was gonna say.
Do you
I
see
used
my
to ride
point?
with my dad.
See, that's my point. There lies my point. That's how the conversations
It
went,
was too
Mike.
much of a stretch. That's your fault. I'm not blaming her. It's your fault. You said, Stephanie, act like you're a hot chick. Act like this. Act like this.
Bite
I see
me.
what you said. No, but
It's your
that's
fault, Scott.
but that's the point, because there was those moments where, like, if I have to choose what conversation I'm gonna have, it's like in my mind, it's like, okay, I can't talk about that because she has no clue. Yeah, I can't talk about that because she really has no clue, and I don't want to say this because she's going to talk about her mom and her dad.
Well, I mean, you know, teacher.
Yeah, because what would
Teacher.
really
No, she's not a poodle. She's not a Labrador.
yeah, what would really
What
throw
do
it
I
off?
need to teach her? Sit, boo boo, sit.
No,
What
I mean,
the hell?
the girl in particular, I you know, introduced her to Peter Frampton. Man, it was cool. She was digging it. But I mean, think about it. Where's the beef? Remember that commercial?
And I love Alex. Alex trying to be all Mr. Intelligent with his comments.
Yeah.
The problem is this: if you're in your 40s and she's 21, that's just a little creepy. That's just a little creepy.
Because you're old enough.
I
to
mean,
be your parents.
are you trying to get your daughter to bring you some kids home? Hey, bring home a cheerleader for me.
Chuck Norris, the woman Chuck Norris got married to about 20 years ago, is younger than his oldest son, and they're still married. And
Yeah, but damn, dude.
what's his name?
It's
Kyle
just-
Norris
it's
is real big
It's
about
just
it.
odd. I guess if you're in a way, if you're 60 and she's 40, she's at 40. She's super mature at this point.
Yeah, that's what I was.
She
saying,
is a full-fledged woman. That makes a little bit of sense.
right.
To me, if you're 40 and you're dating somebody in your 20s, that's just not right to me, because I don't even feel that I grew up until I turned 35, 38. Hell, I don't even think I was grown till I was 40. Hell, I don't even think I hit maturity till I met my wife. I mean, and I think it was because I lived the crazy bar, crazy single guy life too. So it probably changes how my life was compared to most everybody else's. But I
Yeah.
find it funny when people, like for instance, Alex, I probably had more by accident than Alex has ever had in his life, because where I've been in my life and the things I've done in my life, the person I was in my life.
Yeah.
The other thing is, I love, especially when a single guy is going to try to tell me about being single. Let me tell you, I did it, and probably did it 8 times more than most people did.
Mhm.
I'm very lucky to be alive doing the stuff that I did being single. All my friends that were around me know that I'm very lucky that I'm lucky my wife graces me with her presence.
If
I looked
you
at her
could-
last night and told her, Mike's right, you are dating down. And she told me to stop saying that.
Oh, why she knows I'm teasing. Y'all
No, she said for me to stop
I-
saying that.
every time you guys post your little cutie stuff, I always am liking it and saying, "Oh, I admire the relationship." That
Well, you know what I have decided? I think me and her equally decided, but it's not like we either eat. Let me try to say it this way. I think both of us come to a point in our life where we decided what we wanted in our life. I just don't think we said it to each other. When I explain what I'm saying, it'll make sense. I don't think that we admitted this little thing to each other. Now we've discussed it, but
Right.
I don't think when we met we did. But I think we both had been with so many douche nuggets that never really respected us or treated us right.
Right. Yeah.
So therefore, we didn't show any respect in the relationship either. Because if we're not getting treated with respect, we damn sure wasn't given respect. And I believe that what we both kind of came to understanding of, if you will, is that in order to keep good in your life, you have to keep handing good to the other person. So as long as I treat her as my queen, as long as I tell her 10 times a day I love her, I make sure she knows that she's loved. I make sure that she knows she's appreciated. There's dozens of times I'm just sitting on the couch and I yell out, "I love you," as she's walking through the room and she yells it back. There's dozens of times a day when I hear her, like she gets up, walks through the kitchen and my back's turned, because I'm facing TV, and she starts moving a bunch of stuff around. I go, "Is there anything I can do?" Because I don't want to feel like I'm just sitting there being a bum while she's doing all the work. And I think because we both value that in the relationship, then we're both putting in 100%. That whole, everybody says the relationship's 50-50, you're full of shit. And I'm just spelling the word out like that. You are so full of crap if you think a relationship's 50-50. A relationship is 100-100.
yeah.
Mhm.
'Cause you
It's
know what?
never 50-50. It's 100-100. I give my 100 and you give your 100.
Yeah, my first wife used to say that crap, and I used to look at her and go, "Absolutely impossible. It's just impossible to do that." But you're right, and you know what? You should maybe you should write all that stuff down, because
What's that?
everything you just said as an example is so easy, right? What you are you?
Well,
put
it's
out
so
by doing
easy, but it's so easy to forget.
that? Well, it's
They
well,
start
because
these relationships
you
with
com-
it and then forget it a month later.
So you become complacent. So how about a book that never ends? How about an email service that says, "Hey, stick, did you tell your wife you love her today?" Because you know what, that would probably save about 1 million marriages a year. Just what you said.
But here's the thing. Here's the real big thing. You're single, so this is hard to say it to you as a preaching thing, but you will agree to this if you were in my situation. Let me word it this way. If you're in a good relationship and you as a person, if you start paying more attention to the TV than you do your woman, then you're putting less value on your woman.
Absolutely.
Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like, let's look at it this way. If I had a 69 Chevelle and I just paid $50,000 for this car and it was beautiful, and then I start letting some scratches get on it, I'm devaluing my car. I hit a couple of curves. I get a little bump on the fender. I'm devaluing my car every day that I let a little more damage happen to my car. So then I've gone from a $50,000 car to one that's not worth but about $5,000 because I have allowed my car to devalue over the course of a year. Now, you get this brand new relationship. Are you devaluing your relationship? Because to me, I'm spit shining my relationship as much as I can.
Yeah.
I'm rubbing them fenders. I'm playing with them headlights. I'm kissing that grill.
Woo!
I'm stroking that rear end.
Hey, okay, tuning that engine.
Steph, no comment. Checking the oil.
Woo!
Doing everything. Checking the fluids. Got to keep that thing, keep the water in it. You got to keep your ride nice. And the problem is if you're devaluing your property, then it's not worth anything.
Oh God, that was good.
So the resale value is trash.
Right.
So you have to, what you own has to stay nice. You don't buy an iPhone, just go throw it across the parking lot, do you?
Oh, bringing that up, I got to comment.
Not change my subject.
Well, I think we've gone there. I had a caller. I said, I think marriage is height. I much prefer where I am now. So I said, if it works for you, it can't be wrong. You see what I'm saying? If you're in the position, myself, if I'm happy with what's going on right now, hey, it can't be wrong.
Hey,
I mean,
Yeah, I'm gonna call a turd a turd. Every person, I've said this and I will always say this, the guy that says that money can't buy happiness was a piss poor broke bastard.
Yep.
Because not one single person in this world really wants to be single. I mean, truthfully,
I agree.
Every person wants somebody.
I agree.
Somebody somehow. You might want to be stingy and not share your life with somebody, but you still want to knock boots with somebody at the club. You still want a hot chick on your arm. You still want a hot guy on your arm. You still want to show up to a dinner party with that hot person. You still want to be sitting in your car with that hot person. Oh, but I want to be single. No, you want to be single because your dumb ass ain't willing to change your life to be better in order to have somebody good in your life.
Better. You're not willing to change. And you're right.
Everybody needs to be better. And the definition of better is such a huge thing.
Term, yeah.
But better meaning more honorable, more reliable, better family oriented, better to yourself, spend your bills, pay your bills better, work better.
Yeah.
Better is a wide spectrum. When I mean better, everybody has a definition of their head of what they want better in their life.
Yeah.
Like, I know I need to lose weight. I know I need to be better about not eating Oreos and a friggin' glass of milk at 10 o'clock at night. So for me, I know what's better for me. I know that other guys I know shouldn't be drinking and driving cars because that's not right. They know the better situation is to be sober when they get behind that wheel. Better is a very better is a very wide spectrum, I guess.
You know what? If you go back to our DNA all the way back to Adam and Eve, obviously our bodies, our brains, our coding is to have someone else. So
hold on, listen to this. That really isn't true. I think it's fair to say no one wants to be alone or lonely, but who is really alone? every guy that goes
Splitting
asleep
hairs.
by himself every night is considered alone. Because if you had a relationship and you were in a great place in your life, you wouldn't be alone. Nobody wants to be alone.
No.
That's not, I mean, you do have, let's get the words right. You do have, and I don't want to use it as a mental case, but you do have, codependency issues, and you have all these medical terms, and there are some people that have to remain alone because they can't cope in relationships. They can't cope with the pressures.
No.
They can't cope with society. But those are situational kind of that's situations based on other underlining problems, if you will.
Oh yeah.
We're getting all Dr. Phil my crotch up in here.
Yeah. Dr. Phil or Dr. Oz, one of them.
Yeah.
It's do you look at relationships and say, hey, I don't now this one you're single in my category, and do you go, hey, I don't have anything really to bring to a relationship other than my love. So in reality, it's hard for me to go out looking, because I am who I am. And I mean, you guys know me. Steph's known me 20 something years. She saw me when I was the big family guy and had the job and drove the car and all that other stuff. Was I happier then than I am now? I mean, I guess, yeah. It's hard to tell though. I mean, I'm not going to kick my past. There's a bad chapter in my book. I think everybody's got the bad chapter.
Right.
And I was just like you for gosh,
dude, I was
3 or 4 years. I was
a lot of people that don't know me. I was a horrible womanizer. Anybody that doesn't know that about me, here's the thing. A lot of people think who I am now is who I've always been. Like there was this one girl I dated named Terry. I had just started changing my life around, and I had my own business, doing my own construction and stuff. She had never seen me get out of the car and just want to choke somebody. So one day I'm in my 4-wheel drive, had this big jacked up work truck. We're coming down the road. This guy cut me off. I'm losing it. And she's like, you ain't going to do nothing, because she's never seen me be that guy. And then I followed him into a parking lot, and I jumped out of the car. And the whole time she's thinking, you ain't this, you ain't that. And what it is, I had never come unglued in front of her.
Yeah.
And then when I come unglued, she got to see the real biker, construction worker, pissed off with a piece of pipe in my hand guy. And she never had seen that before. And then I got hurt one day and woke up in the hospital. I had a accident on a job site, and I woke up in the hospital from a severe concussion and broke vertebrae on my back. And my mother's in the room, and this girl's in the room, and I open my eyes and I see both of them, and I'm talking all sorts of loony stuff. And I remember making a joke, and she says, oh my God, I can't believe you just said that in front of your mom. And my mom looked at her, and my mother didn't like her to begin with. My mother looked at her and she says, oh my God, I can't believe you said that, Scotty, right here in front of your mother. And my mother went, congratulations, you just met the real Scott Spence. And she just looked and went, what? She goes, this ain't Scotty. That's the real Scott that you're meeting right there. And then that's kind of the downfall with me and that girl, because I started realizing she liked a pretend object. Yeah. She liked the nice guy that everybody liked, but if you can't handle me on my bad day, you don't deserve me on my good day.
Woo! Listen to you.
There you go.
That's it. That was your.
So let's go off to commercial. We'll be right back, everybody. It's Just for Fun in the Morning.
Come back with something funny. Oh, shut up, Alex.
Watch this. This song goes out to Alex for satisfying needs. Recognize that? Mm-hmm. You know what song that is?
Do you want to touch yet? Jones yet?
It's just funny. You know what it is? You know what this is? You've hit a nerve on a single man.
Yep.
That's what I do. Ladies and gentlemen, don't try this at home. I am a professional.
And we'll go back on this other part that he's saying. Because he says, in fact, most people in relationships are remarkably unhappy. Well, duh. It's because people don't know how to stand up for themselves. They don't know how to be self-empowered. He said, shaking my head, typical.
I can get it.
But the good thing is we don't have to agree. That's what our society has established. We don't have to agree.
With Alex, you have to agree.
No.
Yeah, he won't stop. He won't
Get
stop.
over it.
He will even take the worst side of an argument just to keep the argument going.
The NWA Straight Outta Compton comes out tomorrow. The movie. Do you?
I tell you what, man.
What do you have it on?
I can't talk about it on the mic.
2 weeks, man.
It's plugged up to my upstairs TV. I've already been watching like that latest Leonardo DiCaprio movie where he's the cowboy guy.
Oh,
Remnant.
yeah.
Watching it.
Where he's
I
attacked by
tried
the
watching
bear.
the new Kurt Russell, 2 different Kurt Russell movies last night.
Hater. Have you seen Hater?
I don't know that one.
That's a brand new
I just
Western.
watched whatever this Miserable Aid or whatever the hell that is. I started watching it last night, and it's horrible.
Man, I've been watching Minority
made like-
Report.
Django or
Oh, I hated that.
Django.
yeah,
That
it was
movie
filmed
was
like that. That's
stupid.
why Kurt
Django
Russell movie
Unchained.
sucked.
I think it was a Quentin Tarantino movie, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I started watching the last 007. Not that good either. I hate it.
Spectrum.
And 5 minutes into it, I couldn't get into it. Hitman.
The new one?
Agent 47.
Oh.
7 minutes into it, I turned it off. I couldn't get into it. I watched like 10 different movies yesterday. 7 to 8 minutes into it, I just turned it off.
Kodai's.
So what do you like the
Fire
do
Stick.
you like do you like the
I got that
NWA
checked out,
movie?
Fire Stick. Huh?
Yeah.
Do you like the NWA movie?
I didn't watch it.
Oh, I thought you said you did.
I
Oh,
got it
okay.
upstairs is what I'm saying.
Oh no.
And for the low price, you can have it too. This tricked out Fire Stick is pretty freaking cool.
How much was
It allows you to do Kodai on your TV.
Mm-hmm.
How much is it?
80. Was it $80? Yeah.
I went ahead and got Amazon Prime too.
Isn't that like $99 for the year?
Yeah, but right now they give you a first month free, so it comes out to be like 72. Because I'm fixing to start dropping
Cable channels?
cable channels.
No, I
There's
saw
some-
something. I don't
Because
know.
on Amazon Prime, I can still watch almost everything.
Get Netflix and Hulu and that's
Well,
like $20 a month, and you can
Amazon-
watch
look,
everything.
I got Amazon, Netflix, and Hulu.
Yeah.
I got all three.
You don't need
And
nothing
Hulu,
else.
And now Kodai.
Yeah, you don't need nothing
So
else. That's what I got.
I'm going to drop down my TV package to the absolute lowest I can go.
Mm-hmm. That's what we did.
That way, I still have my other stuff DVR'd that I want to watch. Banshee, the only reason I kept Cinemax because Banshee, it's on its last season. Well, I'm going to be able to watch it on Kodai.
What exactly is Kodai? Is it just like Netflix?
It's a subsidiary of Kodak. It's less processing on the film, though.
Whatever.
Mike can't even hold it together. Why didn't I say that live?
You're a jerk.
Half the listeners wouldn't get it either. I was good. I didn't say nothing. I just put my head down and
That was friggin' awesome.
closed my eyes.
That was
friggin'
mean.
Unfortunately,
awesome.
Scotty knew that I knew.
We need to go back to that.
Mina.
See, because like Alex and I were talking about Kodai one day on the show here, when he was here that day. And then after the show, we looked at each other and went, we probably should be talking about that live because it is bordering on the illegal,
Well, we're not FCC
I know.
regulated.
I don't want any repercussions
I
of
know.
anything I do coming back to this show.
Well, the good thing is everything here on Just Fun Radio is fictional.
I am
There's your warning.
I am a freaking on-air celebrity.
That's right. You can't watch the show and think it's all legit.
No,
anyways.
people do.
I mean, really? Do you really think that she is truly that redneck?
I didn't even know you're supposed to
How
bail.
funny is
Hey.
it that I got Mick and Darth close to each other? It's kind of like
McDarth
her and
Vader.
her cousin,
McDarth Vader.
Mick Vader.
McVader.
I need to go get a large number one and make it a McVader.
Would you like to super?
And then I need a McTater on my sandwich. Hey, we're back.
Would you like to supersize
So
that?
Stephanie was asking what Kodai is, and I said it's a lot like Kodak. It's just film processing is a little less time or something like that. And she just sat there and looked at me like she thought I was telling the absolute truth.
You're so mean.
He is kind of mean to you.
Yeah, I was sound asleep last night, and all of a sudden,
At what time?
Like, seriously, Steph. I mean, it was like 8 o'clock.
it doesn't matter.
What
I
time
was
do we
sound
typically
asleep.
get prepared for today?
Good,
You know,
8
that's 7
o'clock.
that 7 to 9 hour. We're always double checking who's going to be here the next day in case something comes up, in case Ashley's got sick, in case Mike's got the squirts, or parole officer shows up, or
I'm
Yeah,
the
but
fill-in.
I had talked to you earlier that day.
how come I say squirts, you say fill in?
Yeah, well, you know.
Oh.
Spackle, putty, silicone, caulk.
Well,
Steph, please save me here.
poop
Keep
buddy.
No, I was sound asleep, and all of a sudden, I hear ching, ching, and then my text messaging going off from not only you but Denise. too. And
God,
I was
man.
like, I'm sorry, I was asleep. I mean, I was out. I was.
The problem is this. What time did you go to
sucking the
bed
paint
last
off
night?
the
What
wall.
time did you go to bed last night?
I don't know, 8:30 ish.
And you stayed asleep until this
Until-
morning.
No, because y'all woke me up. Did I not just say that though?
I just got dumber.
Because Kodak.
Yeah.
So what time did you physically go to bed? And typically when somebody uses the word go to bed, that means when you went to sleep and did
Yeah.
not get up till this morning.
What time did y'all wake me up? It was after 9.
Steph, you're not
So-
doing. It's not a quiz. We're not keeping score.
I don't know. I guess I got back.
Are
to
you looking
sleep.
for the true or false box?
C.
No, I guess I got back to sleep at like 10.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you went to bed at 10.
Yeah, I went back to sleep at 10.
Okay.
Yes.
That was the question, because typically you don't go to bed at like 8, because what that is called a nap. Most people
Oh, no.
pass out watching TV, and then all of a sudden it's like 10 o'clock. They go, yeah, man, I dozed off, and 10 o'clock I was up, didn't go back to sleep till 3.
No,
My dumb ass did not go to sleep till 1 o'clock in the morning. 1:30, the alarm on the bus went off.
Yeah, I saw that.
2 o'clock in the morning, the bus went off.
What do you think's causing it?
2:15, I'm out there with a LED spotlight and a
Yeah.
Glock.
You think ding dongs are out there?
I do believe,
Shoot.
because then once I turned on the floodlights and I actually walked out there, let me tell you, if somebody would have been standing on the side of the bus last night, I would have murdered them. Because the last time I went out there, I had a friggin' machete in one hand and my Glock in the other hand.
Shoot and hack. Hey, listen.
Well, because it was explained to me not too long ago that if I was to walk out there and someone had a screwdriver trying to pry into the bus, they could kill me. If they turned at me and come at me, lunged at me with a screwdriver, they could kill me. They're like, you don't go out there without a weapon because they could kill you.
I'm just concerned about the extremes there. A
Which
machete
one?
and a Glock.
Well, because technically, you've always heard that if they got a knife, or excuse me, if they got a baseball bat, you're not supposed to shoot them. You're supposed to be like one. I'm talking like the 70s rules. You're supposed to.
Yeah.
You're supposed, because used to the rule was if somebody came in and was trying to steal your TV, you
Mhm.
couldn't shoot them.
Right.
You were supposed to detain them till the police got there.
Oh, I'll detain them.
So that was the way the law was until here recently. And then there was if they came in with a knife, then you could shoot them. But if they came in with a baseball bat, you couldn't shoot them. You could defend yourself with a knife.
Yeah, it's a lot easier now.
So I'm thinking, I don't want to kill you. I want to cut your limbs off. If you stick a screwdriver out at me, I want to cut your arm off. And then the next time you go to wipe your butt or pick your nose, you go, oh crap, that's right, I'm missing an arm.
Jeez, man.
I want to be the guy that when you limp for the rest of your life, I want you one day at 70 years old when you can't walk, I want you to try to get up off that toilet and go, damn, I should have never pissed off that white boy.
Or when you're peeing through the tube.
But then again, nowadays I'd probably be sued.
Yeah.
So
I'm okay
Oh,
with
yeah.
you being dead. Just if there's any listeners out there and you need my address to come rip something off, I'm perfectly okay with killing you. It
I
doesn't
love
bother me.
that.
And
And everybody, please remember, this is the fictional radio show. Don't take anything too serious.
Hey, there's what you should do if you really think somebody's screwing around out there. Man, I'll camp out there one night. Or Bella.
Don't think I hadn't thought about
Put
putting
Bella out there, man.
Don't think me and Travis hadn't talked about it before. Travis is like, I'll sleep in the bus.
Hell yeah.
He said, I'll even leave the door cracked and let him even try to get in. But the problem is that's considered baiting.
No, it's not.
He's guarding
It's your vehicle.
He's sleeping in my
You don't have to
recreational
lock
vehicle.
your vehicle.
Yeah.
You don't have to lock.
But here's
your
what's
house.
funny. Here's what's funny is my motion sensor. I got this. If you come by my house, it's lit. There's
Yeah.
never a problem.
Yeah.
Well, I have this LED motion sensor light that when it goes off, it actually pisses my neighbors off because it lights up their living room. And it had been on motion, right? But I still had bright lights out there. That's my normal lights. And when I went over to the switch to do manual override, once I did manual override and had the lights on the whole time, the alarm stopped going off. So what does that tell you? Hood rat! That's what that tells you. That tells you some dumbass actually believed in his juvenile adolescent's mind that he was going to come get in my bus. You need to remember one thing. There's one crazy white boy that lives on that road, and that could possibly be me.
Well, too, another thing is seriously, I mean, is there really anything on that bus worth your life?
No.
Right? I mean, nobody's dumb enough to leave something on there worth your life.
Nope.
It's just like my car. My kids always laugh at me because I never lock my car. I don't even take my
keep
keys out of my car.
I keep the bus to where the curtains are open, and if you just press your face up there, you go, huh? There's some good dirty futons.
Yeah, there's a Tupperware
I mean,
Yeah,
in
with
there.
blankets on top
Yeah.
of them.
There's ooh, look at that Tupperware bowl with that
Yeah.
yellow stain in it.
Yeah,
I gotta have it.
I'm gonna take that home and make lasagna in it.
Is that gold dust? That yellow stain in that bowl looks good.
All right.
Yeah,
So
just
a person
for
is justified in threatening Alex.
just for all the listeners out there, if you ever get on the bus, stay away from the little Tupperware.
Yeah.
I love when people say that.
Yeah.
Hey, reach
Stay
under there and get me
away.
that Tupperware bowl.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. It's a trap.
And if you notice when you get on the bus, there is a little box of latex gloves, and they are
And hand
powdered.
sanitizer.
And hand
So
sanitizer.
I want to play this and see if anybody heard this on the news this morning. By the way,
Oh,
yeah.
boy. Here we
let me
go.
turn my volume up.
Is-
Mike's gonna get a kick out of this.
Is Scotty trying to take credit for Splosh?
Shut down the suspected military donation scheme in DeKalb County. Police arrested 7 people on Friday after getting calls about a group passing out these brochures. They collected money in the Mount Vernon Road area. Police believe it's a fraud. They say the group claimed
It
So,
is a fraud.
How about that? Somebody using some military stuff for donations is a
Yeah.
fraud. And then how about a video
Wow.
got sent to me last night? It said Covington, but it's Covington, Illinois, not Covington, Georgia. So if it would have been Covington, Georgia, I did share it, and then I went back and started looking at who shared it
I didn't
or
recognize.
who posted it, and then all the comments, all the people when I was going to the profiles, they're all north.
Mm.
So then I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go delete what I just wrote, because what I shared was there was a dude, somebody had taken their cell phone out at their Quizno work and was videoing the screen that was playing back a videotape of a dude that had come in with a backpack on. He looked like he could have been homeless. And he stole some charity donation money that was in a clear plexiglass box that was on the counter. So I shared it, and I just simply said, because I thought it was Covington, Georgia, till I researched it. And I had just said, look, this is real dirty. You know, I normally help the homeless people, but this is just dirty. So if anybody knows who this guy is, find him. I'd like to see him face to face. We could maybe see if he could work off the money to put back in there, and let's make it right. But then after I started realizing that this was not Covington, Georgia, I then deleted the video, because why share, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Sharing the video is not a big deal, but saying what I said on it when it wasn't for our community, then it was kind of stupid of me. But I had to research it to find out. But it was sent to me, so I just assumed, since it was sent to me through private messenger, you know what I mean? I took it as an assumption. But I was willing to go find the guy and have a talk with him. And I don't mean it in a violent way. I meant, hey, dude, you know, you're on video and you might want to work this off, because you know, and I know, if that video was to get shared, some jackhole would be driving down 138 and go, hey, that's that dude that stole the money. and it could get nasty.
Yeah.
Because you know some people are gonna say you don't steal from a charity.
Vigilante justice.
That's right, man. So what else you got? Anybody? Oh God.
Yeah.
How did we just get a law book sent to us?
Well, he sent it to us when we were talking about justifiable shootings.
Okay.
And that really has more to do with if you're fearing for your life or not fearing for your life. It's that law, not protection of property and stuff like that. Because, you know, like.
Yeah, because years ago, dude, back 15, 20 years ago, you know, the saying was you had to drag them in your house.
Yeah,
you know?
I think that was more an urban twist, but.
Well, sort of, because Gwinnett County, I could not shoot a guy who was trying to break in my house.
Well, now here's the thing. It's funny that you say that because I was going to interject this. About 15, 20 years ago, the law was different. Here's where it was different, though. You couldn't use deadly force on someone to protect property. You see what I'm saying? So if somebody was breaking into your car with the screwdriver, you could not shoot and kill them.
Right.
Yeah. So that's why
that changed around that 2003, 2004.
So.
But see, back in 96, if a gentleman was trying to break in my house and hasn't made it in my house yet with said screwdriver, I can't shoot through the door and kill him.
Yeah.
I would go to prison.
Well, I mean, you know, and I, you know,
women
classes,
had it different though, because women with children, all they had to say is these magic words. I feared for the life of my children and myself.
That's what I used to tell all my students.
Because one of the ladies, when my house was almost broke into, I slept through it.
Yeah.
I mean, the dude was being slick. Well, come to find out, he was a peeping Tom. He thought, he didn't know me and my wife had just split up, and he thought I was out of town because one of the vehicles was gone. So I didn't notice this. Well, it was the next night, you know, we wake up, I see lights. I go outside, I go talking to my neighbor as soon as, you know, Gwinnett County left, and she was explaining that on her back porch, there was the door with the window, that she walked to the kitchen and saw somebody's face pressed up against the window, and it was her and her two kids. And she flipped on all the lights and started screaming, Charles, even though there was no dude there. You know, she started screaming a name. The guy thought somebody was there. He took off.
That's good.
And the cops had said, you need to get a 12 gauge. And just next time the guy comes through the door, just blow a hole through the door. And she said, well, I thought I had to drag him in the house. And he's like, not as a female. If he's trying to break in and it's you and your two little girls, you do whatever you feel you need to do to protect you and your children. But see, it didn't work that way for guys back then. Back then, the law was just kind of a screwed up situation. Now, on the other hand, it's real clear. Like, I mean, I had a situation where a dude, a girl I was dating, as strange as this is, when her and her husband split up, he moved next door and started roommating with his buddy. So then once they were divorced, and I didn't know that the dude was like next door. So me and this girl start dating. The only thing separating her driveway and their driveway was the privacy fence. So one night, the window was cracked. I hear a bunch of noise. I snatched the window open real quick, and I'm like, something just happened. She's like, no, that's just a cat. I said, no, something going on out there. Well, I go out the next morning. Both driver's side tires of my Explorer, which was facing the privacy fence, were sliced.
Oh, that sucks.
There was a big handprint smudge down the fender where you can see the guy leaned on my fender with the left hand and sliced my tire. So I had to call the cops.
And you know what? When they come and do a report on a sliced tire, you know what they do?
You're going to love this story, though. So the guy that shows up, this is in Brazelton, the guy that sliced my tire was the fire chief.
Oh, great.
So the cop that shows up, as he's parking in the end of the driveway at the mailbox, he's looking left, and he sees the fire chief and the buddies standing on that side of the privacy fence. And then he has to walk up to my vehicle. So he knows they're standing there. I know they're standing there. So he's saying, well, who do you think did it? And I said, the guy's next door. He's like, but do you have any proof? I said, no. I said, but I heard their drunk asses come home last night. It wasn't but just a few seconds later, maybe a minute, that I hear something outside, and I'm pretty sure it was this. And I look over at the fence, and he says, but you have no proof. I said, no, I have no proof. I said, but I need you to make sure that you understand that I understand the law.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, well, how's that? And I said, I now understand that the Georgia law has changed, that if you're destroying any of my property, I can defend it if I deem it necessary. And he's like, well, yeah. And he looks at the fence, and I said, so if I come out here and this cat would have been standing there with a knife, I could have unloaded this 45 sig on him, because I would have been fearing for my life. And I looked at the fence, and he looks at me and looks at the fence and goes, yes, Mr. Spence, that is now the law.
Mm-hmm.
If you, and he gets a little louder as he's looking at the fence, if you would have come out here and seen one or two suspects with a knife in their hand, you probably could have shot them and killed them and totally been legit. And I went, yeah, I just want to make sure. I said, because you can see a handprint where one of them was just clearly leaning over right here. And he's like, yeah. I said, so I just need it very clearly understood that I could have killed somebody last night and you couldn't arrest me for it. And he's like, yes, sir, the way Georgia law is now written. But it's just terrible to know.
Just so everybody knows that's listening, though, you probably would have been arrested.
Oh, I would have been arrested.
Maybe not charges filed.
I would have been charged.
They would have put
they
you
would
in
have
cuffs.
detained
They
me.
would have put, because they got to make sure there's
They gotta
no
make sure it's legit.
underlying crap,
That's
you
right.
know. And because I mean, I was when I was working at the club, I threw two guys out. Later on that night, DeKalb County came and got me. I was a suspect for a double murder. Now, because basically when they came and interviewed somebody else, they said the last person that they saw talking to was me. So
right.
I'm like, come on, guys, these are my friends too. And
That's
they're
right.
like, dude, military, you got to go with us.
Yeah.
And I'm like, do you have to put me in cuffs? And they're like, yeah, we got to put you in cuffs. We got to take you down there.
Isn't
You know,
that
so,
something?
and it was, I mean, it was all cool. It was all fine because I understood. But, you know, the simple fact, hey, I'm going to say this. Is it worth killing somebody if they're slashing your tires? Is it worth taking that life?
Well, I'm not putting myself through hell.
Yeah.
Which means being detained, being questioned, the news, my family, the rumors.
Psychological.
Do you understand if I have to pull that trigger, the crap I'm putting myself through because you, the criminal, made a bad decision and thought coming to rob me was the smart thing to do. So I'm not pulling the trigger unless I feel I have no other options. Now, with the machete and I cut your hand off, hey, you can pick your hand up. You can pick your hand up and run for, 60 seconds before the artery actually bleeds you out? What do you got, a minute? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Let's hope that you can apply a tourniquet with one hand.
It's hard. That's why the military came out with the
hope you can get a
compression
grip on things.
Wow.
I'll hand it to you.
Yeah.
Well, you know, a couple.
Hope you can handle it.
Hey, what's that over there? Arms room. Ah.
Hey, look, they're serving chicken fingers.
Somebody help dial my phone.
A couple of years
Can you get
ago.
my zipper down?
Really?
I'm handing it to you, Steph. Your turn.
Okay. Are you going to interrupt me again?
Yes.
Looking for nub in all the wrong places. Looking for nub in too many places. Oh, sorry.
So a couple of years ago,
Nub of that.
we had
That was a good one. I've not heard that one. Enough of that.
we had an incident happen at the house where one of the neighbors.
If we got to hear this damn baseball bat story again, I'm
I was
cutting
just
you
gonna
off.
say that the officer or the investigator rather that came on scene asked Travis, "Do you have a gun?" And Travis said, "Yeah, yeah, we have a gun." And he said, "Well, why didn't you shoot him?" And
Yeah,
he
then they
said-
go, wait, Travis, do you have a felony charge? What are you doing with the gun?
No, but
Turn around.
he said as soon as he crossed that threshold and was in the carport,
Yeah.
that
But
Yeah.
but
Well,
here
it's
again-
just
Shoot
like I had a situation where a guy kept reaching in my window trying to pull me out of the car. And it was clearly said that once he violated the coming into my car part, that's the house, that's extension of house and home. And that I had a right
that's
to
what-
defend myself.
yeah, that's what he said.
in
the
reality,
the
if you're
carport was.
fearing for your life, you could have did it before he reached it.
Well, this is before the law has
Oh, okay.
changed.
Yeah,
This is because everybody needs to remember that was it 3, 4, 5, somewhere right in there is when the law changed and they in the state of Georgia changed stuff.
Well, here's how I knew about it. To be honest with you, as doing executive protection work, the laws started changing. And what happened was, okay, so sometimes people said, hey, I don't want to do a contract. I just need you for a night. And I'd go, no, I have to
That
be
makes you a
licensed."
hooker.
Yeah. I'd say, no, I have to be in contract because I can't shoot and kill somebody if they're trying to get to you unless I'm under contract. Then the law changed and said I couldn't protect their property unless I was under contract.
Right.
So that was a big deal, you know, because now I can protect not only them, but their vehicle, the limo, whatever we were riding around in. So it kind of got to be a big deal. But here, I'm going to go back to this right before the commercial break, is that I think what people, especially in this day and age, and it's so wild out there now, I mean, really turned into the Wild Wild West. But you need to think before you pull that trigger, because once you pull that trigger, you can't pull that bullet back. And once you kill somebody, your life changes.
That's my whole. That's
Yeah.
my whole problem. Is
Whether it's justified or not,
it's almost like having sex with a hooker,
or a midget.
or in Charlie Sheen's case, whatever you might have had sex with. You don't know what life-altering thing is going to change.
Everything.
That 30 seconds of could be So I'm just saying. All right, we'll shoot off to commercial, everybody. Look, it's just fun in the morning. We're just being crazy and cool. So I need everybody to keep up with us. It's a little ADD radio this morning. You know, I can tell I've been out of the swing for it for a couple of days. I was like, man, I can't wait for Monday. And even with hardly any sleep, I'm still running good this morning. Of course, I got to work on the station when I'm done. I don't be happy about that.
Go.
You're leaving. You're like, I'm leaving.
My kid's sitting in the house, man. I can't leave him alone all day.
All right, everybody, give us a minute. We'll be right back. It's just for fun in the morning. We need to come up with some kooky dookie stuff. I didn't say dookie
You did
like
say
that.
dookie.
Did I say dookie? I didn't mean to say
We're
dookie.
not going to poop radio.
All right, we'll be right back, everybody. Somebody's got to go to the party.
Yep, sure do.
Yeah, see, here's what Alex is saying. Slashing tires is not a forcible felony.
But if I walk out and you stand up with a knife, you're dead.
Hey, man, I'm telling you, that's what I was saying. You know, you got to walk over there to him. Look, I'm a big guy, and people don't approach me wanting to rob me or anything like that. You know, I was in uniform one time, and it's like 11:30 at night, and I had a really bad day, and so I'm in my camouflage, sleeves rolled up. I mean, I had some guns. I didn't have my headgear on. My tire went flat on my Grand Prix. So in South Carolina, I'm coming out of the gate, and as soon as I come down the hill, I hear dit, dit, dit. I'm like, and there's like only one parking lot before I got to get on the expressway. So I pull over. It's an Arby's, and I kind of look in the Arby's, just like the manager and the closer. And so I'm like, okay, that's cool. So I'm digging in my trunk. I turn around, dude, and there's a guy right on me. Tire on me. I come up, I go, are you stupid? I mean, and he said, give me your money. I went, wham. He went, boom. I thought I killed him. So we didn't have cell phones back then.
Right.
So I went and beat on the window, got the Arby's manager, right? He calls the cops. You know what the cop asked the guy when they got him conscious? Dude, what the fuck were you thinking? Don't give me you just gave me the courtesy that was funny.
No, I mean, I'm remembering the mic's home, so I didn't want to.
Hey,
I didn't want to go. Way to go, officer! I mean,
yeah, he could care less. We didn't even do a report. Alex is bringing up a good point, though. I got to find an engineer because I've only got 2 more weeks with him before he starts his IDPA shooting tournaments. I put it out on my Facebook page. I've asked around. I mean, I put that big thing on there. Maybe I should say, okay, maybe you don't have to be above average intelligence.
Man, I'm getting
So,
a
I
headache.
need
wish
some
I
help.
knew somebody.
Yeah, just if everybody'd ask around,
Yeah, we'll ask
I'll do it
around.
on the radio. And, you know, it's got to be somebody that's compatible with me. I know I'm a dick. I'm hard to deal with. I enjoy having Alex because we get into those great conversations that people love calling in on.
Mhm.
But I understand he wants to shoot. And until you go digital, I'm not going to learn it because I'm not going to learn that. And then
Well, that's the
go
thing,
digital.
because really and truthfully, everything's going to be changing over. I mean, it's going to complicate it for me.
2016's the year.
I'm telling you. That's why I said I bought 2 metal shells, so I'm gonna have to pull I don't know. I just got to get
If Dino wasn't sitting at the house and this was my time with him for the weekend, I'd help. I would. But I gotta spend time with him. He just came over last night. And he wasn't getting up to come here this morning. I wish he would. He would be great. Supposed to be damn cold tomorrow, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Teens?
Oh, we got any funnies? We're at 94.
I'm looking.
There was some funny stuff on the Huffington Post over the weekend.
Huffington Post, does that part of that weed?
No, the Huffington Post.
It's the Freon Network.
It's really a newspaper. They just have a funny section. It's not TMZ funny, you know. Now, there was some stuff going on about microbreweries and where they changed the law about the tours and how much you can sell the stuff for at the tours. I don't know that has anything to do with gravity, but I'm sure Denise would probably be a little bit better at that.
Yeah, we can always throw that on her one day this week. Because I had to look up
Here's the article.
what makes malt liquor malt liquor. Why is it malt liquor? What is the difference between malt liquor and craft beer?
Now that bikinied grandma, you know, that wasn't her first time she's been busted.
I don't know what you're talking about on that.
That Steph was talking about. And
Yeah, I don't know
then
that
did you hear about this isn't funny, but it is strange. In Atlanta, a 15-year-old woman was shot in the chest and gave birth to her baby while her boyfriend got shot in the leg in Atlanta last night. Isn't that beautiful?
So she was shot in the chest.
She was shot in the chest,
Gave birth.
gave birth.
Mhm. At 8 months.
Wow.
Just damn.
And the baby's doing fine.
Yeah, just damn. God, what do you say to that kind of crap?
A film fan has started a petition to ban the sale of popcorn in all cinemas, claiming the noisy snack ruins movies.
You gotta be kidding me.
Alrighty then.
Now, I saw that there was a paranormal place here in Conyers.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I saw that. I was going to get in touch with them, see if they wanted to come on my show, because you know how I feel about that crap. Let me see if I can find them.
yeah,
They
but you
were-
don't want to like.
Here's Alex. Any good handgun class, even the RCSO class covers these laws. Yeah, whatever. I'm not getting into the Rockdale County stuff.
Here we go, and we's back, man. So how about this?
Yep.
You got your fingers pointing like you say something?
No, I was pulling
Oh,
my
okay.
mic down.
Ooh, stop
So
it.
Abby pointed. Abby. Let me unmute this. Abby posted this. It says, "What a dumbass." She believes in retraining all police officers. First, she needs to refresh herself. So I'm just going to play it and see what this is being said. But this is that Hillary Rotten Crotch Clinton.
I'd never heard that. That's good.
Have been killed by police officers. There needs to be a concerted effort to address the systemic racism in our criminal justice system. And that requires a very clear agenda for retraining police officers, looking at ways to end racial profiling, finding more ways to really bring the disparities that stalk our country into high relief. 1 out of 3 African American men may well end up going to prison. That's
Okay, it's the cops' fault.
Yeah.
Those
So-
stupid cops arresting people for
is
breaking the law.
Is it profiling when two guys are standing there slinging dope at an intersection? Is that profiling?
Are they black?
If they just happen to be, are you stopping them because they're black or because the crack rock that was in their hand?
No, one in three are going to end up in jail. So
it's just
the
horrible.
cop's fault.
It's horrible. I was raising a little bit of hell the other day about The View, because I find it very, very interesting that you have a panel of 5 women that all have a pocket full of money and big fat ace bank accounts that live in either big mansions or big penthouses, and they want to try. These people are so far away from reality on what blue collar workers think. They are so far away from reality of what the real world is. They are so far away from the reality of what a person who has to live paycheck to paycheck lives like, thinks like, behaves like. These people have no gauge to be able to have the conversations that they have. And they want to sit there and talk about why, Black Lives Matter. They want to sit there and talk about, and it's not just Whoopi. I'm talking the whole panel.
Whoopi.
They want to argue why guns should be stripped out of the American citizens' hands because of the gangbangs this and the gangbangs that. These people don't even drive to the hood. They have no idea what the hood is. They have no idea what blue-collar workers live like. 90% of the people that watch the show are blue-collar, and they're the wives of the blue-collar workers that are at-home moms who have more of a reality than the biatches on television have.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you have a panel of 5 dumbasses that speaks on behalf of America when they don't even know what they're talking about?
No, because
it's kind of like this tramp right here, Hillary Rotten Crotch Clinton. How can she talk about the world? This girl has had Secret Service around her for how many decades?
Yeah.
When was the last time this woman walked through a Walmart? She has no idea. She wants the people who shop Walmart, the Democrat population, to vote for her. But when was the last time she had dinner? This girl ain't had Church's chicken in her life, I bet. Oh, the last time she had Church's chicken is when her and Bill got high in college and went down and got a bucket.
Dang.
So how can she speak on behalf of the Democrats when she has no earthly idea what it is to be one?
I just want to make a little correction there. She just doesn't want Democrats to vote for her. She wants everybody in this country.
Yeah, I know that. But she wants to represent.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
I find it hard to believe this woman could represent anything.
How is it that all these people that
she needs to go to West Virginia and to get some of the trailer up in the mountain meth heads, get them to vote?
Yeah.
Because they're the only ones stupid enough to fall for her crap.
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
I think all the people that vote for her have an agenda. It's not because they want her; they just have an agenda.
Well, politics. Yeah, if you want to talk politics, listen in on Wednesday nights, 7 p.m. to The World According to Mike, starring Military Mike. That'd be me. Hey, if you're listening and you have any interest in being a radio engineer, internet radio engineer, have just some average intelligence on computers and whatnot, and you can talk in full sentences.
You're asking for help as you insult them.
Well, yeah. I'm preparing them for working with me.
Yes. Anybody that just wants to come and
be abused.
And listen, it's all about irritating. You can irritate him too, because that's the job.
Yeah. I take it as well as I give it, believe me.
That's what they said in jail.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm known for, so it's cool. Definitely need somebody to help out with the show. Alex has got some Alex's show's on Tuesday night, and that's what he was committed to. He's just helping me out,
and he's been doing good, doing 2 shows in a row.
Yeah, he's a great guy, and I know he's putting out there for me.
Hey, don't tell. Nobody knows that he's putting out anything.
Don't tell. No, I consider Alex to be a good friend and a professional. I appreciate all the help he's been giving me, but he has other commitments coming up, and I need an engineer. I need an engineer bad. So someone please come help me out.
And trust me, if I can do it, you can do it.
Yeah. And
trust me, if Steph can do it, Stevie Wonder on cocaine could do it.
Stevie Wonder was to drive here one night. that would impress me. I'd let him
His
be,
driving is no worse than Stephanie's.
I'd let him be my engineer. I would, but I'd let him read the sync first or something. I'd be like, dude, here's your station. Ebony and
My problem
this
is-
feels like a sync.
My problem is he'd start going, okay, so I'm reading this story, Mike, but it sounds real weird from the way I'm reading it. And I would have to be, Stevie, those are the hits on Mike's butt. You need to quit touching his butt like that.
I don't know. I'm okay with Stevie Wonder touching my butt. I'm okay with it. I mean, he's a celebrity.
All right, so what did Alex just say here?
There's no telling. Probably Mike. Stop it. He's still talking about Clinton. You got him. You got him on a topic, and he's going to be there for a week. So
Really,
Crystal-
Alex, you racist pig.
oh God.
Do
yeah.
you notice that Stevie Wonder's black? No, I never knew that.
Are you serious? Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
He's black.
I
and he has dreads too.
Does
Wow.
he know that?
Oh, man.
He's probably like, man,
I
these
didn't
Fruit
know.
Loops taste good.
But everybody appears black to Stevie.
I would think. You ever heard that commercial on the radio?
Stephanie's the only one giggling.
You ever heard that commercial on the radio about the lady that's blind and she has the 24/7, she falls asleep like during the day, and there's actual like treatments for this. She's completely blind though. I'm sitting there going, why? I'm not sure. Why does it matter if it's day or night? I'm sure somebody's going to give me a medical answer, but
Why does it matter?
why does it matter? Why do they let
If she's falling asleep at all the weird hours, they're probably trying to figure out why she's falling asleep.
Are you falling asleep behind the wheel?
Yes, Alex, I know.
Oh my God.
Are you driving a bulldozer or what? So yeah, I'm confused.
Alex is saying that we killed the joke. That's funny.
Yeah,
so-
we
Alex,
killed it.
all of a sudden, Alex is trying to be the guy that has humor.
Oh my God. Yeah.
But what I was thinking about
MLK
was
Day.
when he was talking about that is that Dave Chappelle skit.
You suck.
I'm talking about you, Steph, not him.
Why? Why do I suck?
I just had to try to get. Well, I don't know. Maybe we should ask.
No,
no.
there are some things I do not
Do you
want
not
to know.
remember that skit?
No,
the
I
Dave
don't remember.
Chappelle skit
I've seen so
where
many
he
things
was,
of him.
He was blind, and he was supposed to be one of the grand wizards of the KKK.
Oh yeah.
And that's what I'm sitting here rolling through my head as y'all are talking about Stevie Wonder not knowing he was black.
Okay.
Because it was funny.
It was very funny.
So going on all week this week at Crystal. Crystal has 50-cent sunrisers every morning.
Excuse
This
me.
week
Is
from
it called
Monday to
Crystal or
Friday.
Crystals?
Crystals.
Then why did you say at Crystal?
I thought I said at Crystals. And then
That's what
tomorrow.
I'm thinking. Well, at Crystal, what?
Anyways, and then at tomorrow.
I'm so glad you are the target of his affection.
I know. Tomorrow at
Well, you would never
Chick-fil-A-
mispronounce crystals.
Tomorrow at Chick-fil-A, they're giving away free breakfast until 10:30.
Really?
Yes. So we need to cut out.
Yeah,
of
like
here.
we're just gonna get out of here to go there. Do you know how busy that place is gonna be?
Well,
Stephanie,
they start at 6:30.
can I point out something? Can I point out
No.
something? Where did you read it?
Facebook.
And I know that Stephanie's slogan that she lives by is, if it's free, it's for me. So I already know that if you have read it and you are trying to get out of doing some work to go get some free food, that means all your kinfolk is willing to do it too.
You know, the entire Stephanie McDonald.
Can I point out
the
McDonald?
the
McDaniels?
McDaniels, the lawyer, everybody in her family are out front
Let
of the
me-
big old station wagon.
let
right
me
now.
Oh
point-
no, the lawyer won't eat it.
Let me
Chick-fil-A.
point out something. Let me point out something. I have never been to Stonecrest and seen as many of your kinfolk
Nuh-uh.
ever as the one time I went there and Dog the Bounty Hunter was there. So I can only imagine when the white redneck takeover of Stonecrest Mall happened because of Dog the Bounty Hunter, was there autographing books and meeting everybody. I can imagine that's what Chick-fil-A is going to look like tomorrow.
Now you remember
Everybody's going to be like, there's going to be some real normal people similar to us. They're going to be standing in Chick-fil-A and go, did Waffle House close? Why is that many of these kind of people here? Did Waffle House go on strike? Because that's a lot of Waffle House type people in here trying to get some, it's free. Oh,
you remember that reality
I would pay
towing
$8
show?
to not be part of that. Oh, Lot
Yeah.
Lizard,
Lot
Lizard Lot,
well,
whatever.
not the guy with the blonde hair, the big guy, but the other guy. He was doing a special appearance at one of these Eastman gun shows a couple of years ago, and it was so funny. It was like when I went in,
Alex
I figured,
is a dick, by the way.
He's gonna. You're just now.
He's
figuring
gonna try
that
to
out.
clarify that it's crystal.com.
Okay, you're just now figuring that out, and I'm just now figuring out because of Alex that Stevie Wonder's black.
He's
So
a
it's a monumental.
He's a
day.
friggin' Nazi.
Oh God. It's
So I was
MLK
right.
Day. I was going to ask if he's working. I hope he says yes. And I was going to say, why do they have MLK Day in Britain? Because I'm freaking reporting him to ICE. So,
Wow. Getting deep.
yep. No, so I mean, we went to the Eastman Gun Show, and you think that this guy is like so popular because of the show and all that other stuff, but he is the second
Bobby.
character, Bobby. Okay, and we go in the gun show. And there's this big stand over here, and he's got T-shirts and all this other stuff, right? There's nobody there. You look over on the left side of the big building, and that's where all the tables are, and it's elbow to elbow, shoulder to shoulder packed. And you look over here, nobody, everybody. Nobody, everybody. It was kind of like, damn, dude, how embarrassing. Him and some girl were sitting there. And they had T-shirts, hats, all this crap. Nobody had bought anything.
Oh my God.
How embarrassing.
So look, I'm gonna give him a couple seconds because this is funny.
No, it's not.
Somebody wants to try to be a grammar Nazi. Philip Snow and Abby's disgustingly bad about doing this. When you have a conversation, nobody ever says, I'm going down to Crystal. Nobody ever says that. Because when you're saying it, it's almost like talking about Mike's. If I'm going over to Mike's house, I'm going over to Mike's house. I'm going over to Mike's house. So when you talk about Crystal's food, crystals, everybody always says crystals. So for her to say crystal, nobody gets it. I'm sorry, Mr. Grammar Nazi. And you want to say it's crystal.com and I'm being a whatever, dude.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Tune in on Wednesday nights. I have like 2 hours of that. Everything. And you know what he does? He has his friends call in too. So if I misspeak any little thing,
And now he's typing
his
some more
friends
stuff.
will freaking
He's
be
gonna
insulting.
mad.
His friends call up and insult me. And then if you bring it up
Oh
to
my
them,
God, listen to this. You insult, he can't even spell Stephanie right, and he wants to get mad at me. You want to get mad at me, but you can't even spell her name right. You insult staff over its name. Is it possible you were wrong and owe her an apology? It's Crystal, period.
yeah. I'd rather apologize to
Okay.
crystals.
Okay, staff. I'm sorry, staff, that I said it was incorrect when it was correct. But in 99% of the time, when somebody says they're going down to Crystal to eat, they don't go down to Crystal with a 40 either. They go down to Crystal's and they order a number one.
Dang!
And don't forget the chili.
I'm gonna get me a box of crystals. I don't even know how you'd say that.
Let's just call it White Castle from now on.
I'm
Is
gonna
that
go
how
down.
it works?
I'm gonna go down to Crystal and get me a burger.
Have y'all ever heard of a place called Burgerville? It's only on the West Coast. It's like
Is it burgers?
it's
it
yeah.
like-
That's what I was. That's where I was going. If there's two of them, it's a Burgerville's.
Is it like Whataburger? Whataburger?
Did you just say Waterhead? I'm picking on Scotty's friends. Waterburger.
Whataburger.
What a burger.
That's what I said.
What a
Whataburger.
burger.
What a burger.
Justin
What?
Burger.
That's what she said.
Nah.
Oh my God.
Where is Whataburger? I've never had a Whataburger.
Florida?
Is it only in Florida? Do y'all,
What a swamp.
do y'all remember what was it? Fuddruckers. Where you
Yes,
made your
man.
own
Do you-
hamburger?
Do you know the first time I went in there? Now they had already been opened at like I don't know how many locations.
Are
Don't get me
they
wrong.
still open?
I don't know. La Vista Road had been open. You know, they had one there for years, and I
Yeah.
never ate there. And you know, now we're talking 80s. I didn't go there in the 80s, but I ended up in the 90s. I ended up at Fuddruckers. So I go in there the first time, and I make this massive burger, and I'm like, yeah, this is badass. This is so cool. And I leave, and I'm disgustingly sick. I ate too much.
Yeah.
So then the next time I go in there, I do it all over again.
Yep.
And in the middle of eating it, I'm going, all right, Scott, do not finish this burger. You're going to hate yourself. I do it again.
Yeah.
The third time I go in there, I decide at that point, I'm never coming back. because I can't control myself.
Oh my God.
It's like going to the friggin' candy store. You can't control yourself.
Man, it was good. If there's one, I wouldn't mind doing a field trip because
I don't know. I'll look it up and see.
God,
if there's
dog,
any still
that was so
open.
much fun
Dude,
to
we
build
found-
that burger.
We found one. It's not Fuddruckers, and now they've closed, unfortunately. But there was one in McDonough. These two, and you were there, wasn't you?
I don't know. I know we
I'm
found
gonna
one.
punch you right in your nose. Of course you were there. You and Travis wanted to do the food challenge because they had that burger.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But these two dudes opened it saying, "Look, we remember being a fan of Fuddruckers."
Mm-hmm.
So
Mhm.
they built this in the idea of Fuddruckers, and it just didn't take off. Like they had one in Midtown that did good. The McDonald location just did not take off, and this was
Do
I
you
don't know,
remember-
2012.
Do you remember the name
Yeah.
of it? Because a friend of mine, now he's passed away now, but a friend of mine did this in Atlanta. I wonder, do you remember the name of the restaurant? Because I don't remember
Mm-mm.
what his was. I was going to look it up. Though. His name was Dan Switzer.
It's kind of like the whole two guys and a burger thing.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
was-
yeah,
It
yeah.
was similar to that kind of
Yeah.
name.
I love Five Guys.
Maybe if David
But it's
Mills
expensive.
listening, maybe he can
know.
remember what the name of it was.
Fuddruckers got expensive. There was one in South Carolina when I lived up there, but I remember it getting relatively expensive. Why? I don't understand. You got to be making money.
What?
I mean, like a salad bar, right? A salad bar makes money. If it didn't, then there wouldn't be one every freaking where.
So Denise
Oh,
says that Alex is explaining his phone auto-corrected it, but I think you owe her an apology for calling her an infectious disease. But now Denise is like, I think that's her new name. So is trying to now call Stephanie
it's just
an infection.
yeah, it's just easier for
Yeah.
to spell probably.
Yeah.
And if you can call in the show
Or text in.
or text in the show when you're not able to come into the show.
Oh no, she was able to come in. You do understand she was going to bring a herd of kids.
No. Okay. we're
And
good.
the problem is my wife worked last night, which means she was going to be here trying to sleep upstairs
okay, that's
with
cool.
3 kids upstairs.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
And there's
You see the downfall in that, right?
there's
They are cute kids though.
yeah, they are. There's
Yeah. What about my wife wanting to sleep though, dude?
Your wife's cute.
Ugh.
Your wife's cute when she sleeps.
Yeah. That explains that camera.
there's Fuddruckers in Rome, Savannah, Columbus,
Jesus.
Windy Hill, Marietta,
Oh, yeah.
Town Center in Kennesaw, and North Point in Alpharetta.
How about this? Does anybody remember Fazoli's? That's what I'm depressed about, Fazoli's, because the Fuddrucker closed in Snellville, and so did Fazoli's. Fazoli's was like a Wendy's, but it's for Italian food.
What's
They still have some in South Carolina, but
Yeah,
I don't
okay.
know that
Yeah,
they
I
have
was about
any
to
here
say.
in Georgia.
Because I remember
I
in
did a
South
search.
Carolina.
Right. I did a search because there used to be one at 124 Snellville, and then there was one at 120 in Lawrenceville. And when we would eat the heck out of those. Both of them were located in front of a Publix, and at the time, that's who we took care of.
Have y'all eaten at this new hamburger place over by the Target?
Not yet.
Freddy's.
There,
Can I say this and y'all not think I'm a bigot?
Scotty, please.
Oh,
I've been
we
here
know
for a
you.
year.
Most-
I know you're a bigot.
Most of the younger generation of people that we see working in these fast food joints are horrible.
Oh, but they're $15 an hour.
Pants hanging off their butts. They don't
15.
wear belts. They got their weaves hanging all in their food, big gaudy earrings. They're nasty to the customers. You go to Freddy's, you're going to be blown away.
Kind of like Chick-fil-A.
Every one of the teenagers have their pants pulled up, belts on, speak proper English. They are super friggin' nice. And you know
Leadership.
what? I didn't even see a white guy working in there. I'm just letting you know.
Leadership.
So don't think I'm trying to be a bigot. I'm just saying there's a difference of people that want an education and want to be better in society. And then there's the people that don't give a crap.
Leadership. That's all about,
I complimented the guy at the drive-through window. I said, man, I don't want to sound horrible, but let me just say this has been the greatest experience to drive through window I've ever had.
And the
I
food's
said,
good.
I watched when the window was open. I saw how all y'all were interacting with each other.
Mhm.
Everybody was nice. I said, y'all are all dressed great. And he says, yeah, man, this is my part-time gig as I'm getting ready to go to UGA.
Awesome.
I'm just
Cool.
like,
Yep.
you
That's-
make me happy to see that there is still some humanity and hope in Conyers.
That is inspecting your expectations. You see what I'm saying? That's a leadership issue. If these people, I went to, here we go. I'm going to start another argument. I went to the Crystal in on Evans Mill Road.
Oh my God.
Okay, there was a guy that was
Why'd
cooking.
you do that?
Okay, there was a guy that was cooking in a t-shirt. Okay, so I called Crystals. All right, and you know what the lady told me? I mean, the customer service woman was like rude to me. I'm like, wow. She goes, well, I guess I can send you. I said, you guess you can, or can you? And then so we
need to start recording those kind of.
Yes, yeah,
phone
I'll do
calls.
them. I'll do them all day long if you want me to. Because
I mean, did you see on the
love those
news
people.
last week where a customer at the Waffle House pulls open their cell phone and starts recording
Yeah.
a woman washing her weave, and the cook was helping her wash her weave in the bucket of water in front of the grill.
Yeah.
Like she's washing her hair
Yeah, man.
in a bucket of water, and he's got food frying up or whatever, and he turns and helps her wash her hair.
Yeah, they were talking about that on Dish Nation.
Yeah, I'm here to tell you, you guys find anything like that, I'll make the call for you. I swear to God, those people. And you know what? Customer service, McDonald's. Okay, and McDonald's in Jackson was horrible one day, and I called the McDonald's, and you know they sent me some coupons, and they made it right. Waffle House, the woman, I always say scattered well, covered and chunked. Okay. And this woman, she was trying to be funny because I saw her look over her shoulder and grin at me because we were talking about it. She sent me out hash browns that were as black as the back of that phone right there, being funny. You know,
She thought.
Well, I said, no, that's cool. That's cool. Don't worry about it. And the waitress was like, I am so sorry. She can be just such a, you know what? And I'm like, I got you. And she goes, do you want to talk to the manager? I said, no, I just want another set of hash browns, but not from here. So she said, okay. So I paid the bill. No problem. Got home, called the district manager. District manager was like, dude, I'm so sorry.
Right.
Because I eat at Waffle House every week somewhere, you know? And so he sent me a letter, not a coupon, but a letter. And he invited me to go back to that same Waffle House and show that to the manager. Do you know that crazy, you know what, cook did it again?
I'm just telling you, man. I'm just kind of over it. You know, I got sick. I got sick at the Steak and Shake.
Yes, you did, sir.
And yeah, man, I watched it happen. I saw the cook arguing with the waitress, telling her that you let the food sit too long. And I'm thinking, man, my food sure did show up awfully fast. Why are you yelling at her, saying her food took, you shouldn't have let it sit here too long? And I'm thinking, my food got here faster than it's ever got here. How's that even possible? And you're yelling at her, and we're hearing it. So after we get finished eating, I made the comment, like, look, my fries were cold. My burger was a little cold, you know, but I just wanted to get out of there. I said something to the manager on the way out the door, you know, hey, just to let you know, your cook's an asshole. Like, that little comment where he's yelling at your waitress, saying that the food sat too long and whatever. I said, you know, I told the waitress not to worry about him. I said, you need to get rid of him. I said, because as a customer, I should have never heard any of that. I should have never heard him yelling through the window. That's not professional. He should not be here. Well, now that I look back from food poisoning, apparently the food that sat there too long must have been what was given to me. And that's how she got it to me so fast, is because he must have messed up somebody's order and they left it sitting there in the window. And because I ordered the same thing, they shoved it off on me.
Oh, that's wrong.
That's why my food wasn't warm.
But you know what? The managers are so
But that goes back
hung
on
up.
the cook too.
Yeah, so hung up on waste and all that other stuff, because most of the kids these days, I mean, I've ran a half dozen bars. Most of the younger kids, if you don't watch them, they'll steal you blind.
That's right.
The people that are working for you. I mean, come on. I had a group of adults in a club, no kids working. I mean, there wasn't anybody under the age of like 25. And I had to lock up the liquor every night. I had to have padlocks and lockers on the beer coolers that the bartenders
I wonder
used.
why.
Yeah, they would rip you off blind.
That's right.
I made them, every box that went outside had to be collapsed.
Because they might walk out with something.
They would put liquor,
dude,
in the box and say, I'm taking it to the trash, and go out afterwards.
When North Point Mall, was being built, Riches was being built, there was guys walking in there with metal toolboxes, empty, and walking out
Jesus,
with polo shirts rolled up inside the toolboxes. Man. It was to the point. The point that they had to hire security guards to watch who was walking in with toolboxes and who was walking out with toolboxes. So then it got to the point where you could only come in with a tool belt on. Like used to, a lot of guys didn't carry their tools. We had 5-gallon buckets and we'd just throw all our tools in the bucket. They started outlawing the bucket. They're like, no, you can't come in with a bucket, because what people were doing was bringing a bucket and they'd have trash bags in the bottom. They'd put their clothes in the trash bags, throw the tools on top of the trash bags, and then walk by the security guards and point, let them see all the tools and walk out. So they got to the point where they're like, if you're working in here, you're coming in and you're getting checked. Your jacket's getting checked before you come in. Your jacket's getting checked before you walk out. Because what had happened is they had just merchandised the store, but all the lights were still being finished, toilets were being finished, and people were robbing them blind. Riches was being robbed blind. And it was by the construction workers. So let's shoot off to commercial. It's potty time. It's potty time.
There's a lot about the society.
Oh, sexy
Say
girl.
girlfriend.
Sexy girl.
I'm just trying to get Steph all roused, and she's not participating. We'll be right back, everybody. It's just fun. Hey, I just want to throw out, the good thing about America? We don't have to agree. We'll be right back.
And in the case of Alex, Jacob said, oh, yeah, Jacob, Crystal's food is disgusting.
Over here. Let me hold it correctly so you can read our side. Dun, dun, dun. That glare, boy.
I mean,
I used to have that sitting there,
Yeah.
but the camera.
yeah, it would focus.
Yeah,
on
that's the problem, is because it's white, the camera starts.
Why does it got to be white?
Because it is.
I didn't know.
Freaking Jacob shows up to the show at what, 9:30?
Well, think about the fact that he's an hour or two behind.
I
us?
don't
Yeah.
So
care.
it's pretty cool that he's waking me up some mornings. That means he's getting up early.
You know what? Freaking defending SUPs, SUPs, screwed up people. Yeah, I said it, Jacob. Ashley, what were you going off about? Why were you going off a few minutes ago? Were you yelling at mom saying, I'm hungry. Let's go get a breakfast burrito.
I think she was telling me, Bella, you need to go out. Is that what it was? Was you trying to get my attention about the dog?
What's wrong?
Bella, you need to go out.
What's she doing? Come on. Yeah, because let me tell you, she pooped in her crate and I almost killed her. Move the towel for you. Because if not, it messes up that. That door's got to get finished.
Oh, poor thing. Yeah, you know what we were talking about a little bit ago?
Which one?
What, talking about, you gonna mute me?
Hold
Am
on.
I muted?
Hold on. Woo! Life in the fast lane.
Oh,
Man, that was hair over a third.
smells like a dead body.
Ashley, why'd you fart?
Don't you blame that on my child.
Ashley, that was like hair over a third. I can't believe you farted like that.
Gosh, Ashley. Pooted.
I can't believe you farted like that, Ashley.
Then I had it for ransom. Shut up, Mike. Shut up, Jacob.
Shut up, Mike.
You're screwed up worse than anyone I
My
know.
wife comes down here and tries to clean
Hey,
up
baby.
the hot stuff. I can't.
Hey, baby. Hey, sweetheart.
I tell you what, if my freaking traitorous dog doesn't stop hanging around my best friend and his wife, I'm gonna get another dog.
Say what now?
My pit bull is just grown so attached to the people I live with.
Oh my God.
You now you got it. You know what? Now it's coming from every direction.
I can't find no Lysol or nothing.
Nuts, man. Freaking light a match.
Yeah, do something.
God,
I don't know what to tell
it's
you.
freaking coming from
I
both
was looking
directions.
for something.
Yeah, well, you know what? You can look for something that smells that bad all day. That sounds like Steph. Boy, that smells bad. I'm looking for something.
I can't believe it's that bad.
Gosh.
Trap of crap.
It's too late now.
It's freaking spray in the air. What did your daddy do, Bella? He made stinky.
I'm going in.
I'm going in.
I'm going in. I'm going in.
Oh man,
We
mistake.
need a dust
God, you
mask.
drug it back over here.
I'm spraying it.
Oh my God. It's not dumbass. It doesn't work. Don't spray it. Stephanie, where's my fucking don't spray that because we don't know what that's gonna do.
Yeah, dude. Denise has had to spray it.
It's
one time
supposed to be
before.
sprayed in water. You're spraying in the air. What if it does like that stuff Doc sprayed that day and it takes over the friggin' room?
It'd still be better than what I'm
it'd be
smelling
better than
now.
what you- It'd be smelling better than what came out your ass.
Wow, she said ass.
Here, wipe that on some of that metal. That smell.
Yeah, wipe it on my face. Make the burn go away. And you had to walk around. So you drug it.
and
It was on my left side.
at least the end.
Then you come back from my right side.
Give it some of that smell.
Stinky.
Hey, point that thing somewhere else. Ah, get your butt cheese off me.
Butt cheese. Butt cheese. Guess who? Nude bikinis. He is a star. Freaking TMZ.
Ashley, kick him when he comes by. Kick him when he comes by.
Show to make you lose your mind. Stephanie Seymour got a DUI. Bitch. Why does anybody watch the Kardashians? Seriously.
To make him richer.
Caitlin says she's ready to date a man.
Yeah, I saw that too. We can talk about that. No, I think it'd be funny.
No.
I thought.
Ain't nothing funny about that. It's freaking pathetic. Someone ought to kill him mid-journey. What? Was that out loud?
Yeah, that was that loud.
Oh,
Thank God I hadn't turned on anything.
oh, we're still off. Good.
Yeah, because I was trying to find something.
So,
All right, hey, we're back.
hey,
And let me
we're
tell
back.
you,
No.
Steph
Yeah.
farted, and it was
Oh, no,
absolutely
no, no, no.
disgusting.
No,
I can't
no.
believe you.
No, that was all you, buddy.
Man, that was
all
horrible.
you.
I can't believe
It was bad.
you would even sit here and still try to carry on a conversation with us
was
like that.
bad.
That was
Hey,
disgusting.
I was over there letting your dog out.
Chick,
Man,
I smelled you. You let the dogs out.
I know one thing is you did it on my left side. Yeah, folks, if you don't know, the studio is really not that big, and so Scotty sits on my left and in the captain's chair, and he busted an air biscuit at my direction.
No, that
And
was
then-
definitely what is wrong with
then
you.
he took off behind me, dragging it. He went to the studio bathroom. He came out of the studio bathroom and then went back to his chair. So I was getting poopified or pooposmosis.
Poopus mopus. Is that a scientific definition?
Yeah,
Poopusmosis?
Pooposmosis from both sides. It was burning my eyes. So everybody's running around looking for an air freshener.
I'm not working
which-
today because I've been diagnosed with
Which
poopusomosis.
I got it. Oh man, my tablet just crashed. No internet. I don't know what that's all about. So it was kind of like everybody's running around looking for air freshener. Now let me explain something to you.
And there's
two
no
things.
air freshener.
There's two
down
things you
here.
will not find in abundance in the studio: alcohol and air fresheners.
Well,
They both don't last long.
I was going to say, that's exactly right. I was going to say, have you noticed how long alcohol lasts around here?
Not long at all.
And it's not that we're a bunch of drunks because there's never that much alcohol.
I know that one time I put on the studio feed, I put something about, hey, I got some beer, and Stephanie texts us back, no, you don't.
Not anymore.
The funny thing is, he's like, I
funny.
got some beer, and Stephanie's like, where? And he's like, in the fridge. She's like, oh, well, I'll make sure it's safe.
Well, I got three.
In my belly.
I got three really cool guests coming this week on Wednesday night. So I'm gonna find out what they want, make sure it's available for them. They're adults, so it may not just be long neck Budweisers like I like. I might have to spring for some whiskey.
So I watched a big thing, and we're gonna have to talk more when Denise is in the building. But I watched a big thing on what is the difference between craft beer and malt liquor.
Oh yeah.
And it was kind of cool because they were talking about Colt 45 and Steel Reserve and, all sorts of really nasty malt liquors. But they explained that the creation of malt liquor, don't quote me for this because Alex will probably want to argue this one with me.
Of course.
But the guy that is the actual connoisseur, he said that a wine tasting person has this name and a beer tasting person has this name. And he's actually a beer connoisseur, if you will. Said that malt liquor was designed to give homeless people beer.
Really?
That they made it where it was just cheap, nasty tasting beer. He didn't word it that way, but that's how it came out, with a very high content of alcohol. And that's where malt liquor came from. Said that any American beer that has more than 5% alcohol is supposed to legally be classified as malt liquor.
I did not know that, sir.
Yep. And I didn't know that Schlitz Malt Liquor Bull
Mm-hmm.
is who, you don't hear them talk about Schlitz anymore. Remember the Bull commercials back as a kid? God, man, I love them commercials. Schlitz Malt Liquor Bull is the ones that own Colt 45, and I did not know that.
Wow. I didn't know that
So,
either. Learn
and it
something new every
showed Old English, which we used to call the 8-ball, Old English 40, a Steel Reserve 40, and a Colt 45 40.
I thought Old English was cologne.
There is some cologne called Old English, Steph. But hey, there's some malt liquor called that too. How does the redneck not know malt liquor?
Cause I drink real beer. I don't drink malt liquor.
What the hell do you drink?
The champagne of beers.
Michelob.
No. Miller
Michelob.
High Life. Miller High Life
No.
Light.
She
Michelob
drinks.
the champagne?
She
Hello,
drinks.
Yes,
Michelob.
it says
Do you
it.
hear this? Do you hear this? I drink real beer.
Yeah.
I
And
drink
that's
this shit.
and that's what she calls. That's what she calls real beer. Is Miller and some barbecue pork rinds.
Steph, do you know what?
It says the champagne of beers on the box.
Honey,
do you
they
know what
tried
the-
to call you a lady one time when they said "step this way, lady," and they had that wrong too.
Do you know what the criteria is for something to be called champagne, to be sold as champagne?
Sam Pipple.
Since no, don't know. Okay.
Mm-mm.
I
Maybe-
just love that.
Maybe we'll
I
have a
drink
phone.
real beer. I drink the champagne. What is it? What?
The champagne of beer.
The
champagne of beers.
And
Really?
it
Y'all
says
remember
it on the
champagne?
box.
I mean, yeah.
Champagne?
I remember Sam Pipple because that's what Champagne and Ripple. Fred Sanford.
I used to drink champagne. Yeah, it was.
I
it
don't
was
even
supposed
know
to be-
what champagne is.
Champagne used to be a mix between champagne and beer. And
You
it
know
was
what
the-
that
like the
is? I
early
think that's
wine
where they
coolers.
use a shawami, whatever that thing is that you're supposed to dry stuff up really fast. They clean up spilled champagne and they ring
Ring it
that
out.
over in a glass
Hey.
and serve it to you.
Hey, I'm cool with that. Now,
Like I know the bars used to do this suicide drink where they pick up the bar mat where they've been mixing drinks all night
Oh,
and they
God.
pour that in a shot
No, no,
glass.
No.
No.
Have you
hell
never
no.
seen them do that?
No.
Oh
No.
my God, I have seen that
That's
way
been
too
on
many
the
times.
floor.
No, you
Ooh.
idiot. Oh my God,
You're an idiot.
Stephanie.
What
Stephanie,
format then?
Stephanie.
You're an idiot. You're an idiot. You're an idiot.
Then
What
what's
did you
the
just hear me
bar mat?
say?
That they pick up the bar mat. What's the bar
That
mat?
they've been mixing all the drinks on. They have this mat that has. How can I say this and make sense? Have you ever seen them Adidas flip flops that have like
Uh-huh.
what you would call pricklies that you walk on?
Mhm.
Okay. They have this bar mat that says Budweiser, Jaeger, all these things. They're about 2 feet long and about 6 inches wide. And what it is it sets the glass on top of the little prickly things, and all the drinks that's been spilled out of the glass as they're pouring it goes down in this mat.
Gotcha.
Then at the end of the night, or just whenever they want to, they can pick it up, pour it into a shot glass. And what that is every single thing from every single drink that has been accidentally spilled, over poured, or whatever goes down in this bar mat. And then they put it in a shot glass.
That's a kamikaze.
No, a kamikaze is actually a drink, Stephanie.
Yeah, kamikaze is actually a drink.
She is so shot out. Have you never actually had a kamikaze? It's an actual drink, Stephanie.
No,
you know, a
we had
hurricane.
homemade kamikazes.
You know, a hurricane is a drink, not a, you know. When you order a hurricane.
I'm telling her what this is. She's like, no, that's a kamikaze. No, that's not a kamikaze.
A kamikaze is where you take every liquor that you have in your liquor cabinet and mix it together and take a shot of it.
That's the redneck way of maybe calling it, but that's not what a kamikaze is.
Not a real kamikaze.
I actually liked kamikazes for a long time before the
what's
Jaeger bomb became the thing.
Then
I
what's
can't
in 'em?
explain what's in them. I just always ordered them.
I like the electric blues. Those are pretty good.
So, Mike,
some of that hypnotic. You like hypnotic?
Well, I
Steph,
can't say what
we
it's
love
really
you.
called.
We just love you.
Yeah.
Kind of like that weird dog you just pick up on the side of the road and go, oh, it's so ugly. It's cute.
Oh, I did get chased by a dog yesterday.
Oh my
looking at
God, let's hear it.
houses. It just came out of nowhere, and it was chasing after the Blazer. I guess it didn't like the noise the Blazer was making.
Well, it does sound like 4 beans in a tin can getting shaken.
That's a hell of an analogy.
But yeah, it chased me all the way down the street and then back up the street, and then it turned around and took off running.
Can I ask you something?
What?
Down the street and then back up the street? What was you playing chase with the friggin' dog?
No, it wouldn't get out of the way, but it was
Stephanie,
a cul-de-sac.
Okay, so you're saying you drove down a road that just happened to have a cul-de-sac. You must have had to turn around to come back out of the road. Okay, because the way you're painting the picture, I'm thinking, are we purposely trying to hit the dog?
And it looked like a dog, like it was a little bit smaller than Bella, but it looked like her. It was brindle, like she is. And yeah, it was running alongside the Blazer, and then it would cut over in front of the Blazer. And it was kind of amusing.
So, hey, let's go back to something even funnier than you trying to paint this picture. Steph, Denise goes, oh my God, Steph, step away from the champagne of beer, broaden your horizons.
Yeah, man.
That's not possible. I mean, come on, that is not possible.
I did with the Kentucky bourbon beer.
Yes, you did, and I'm thoroughly impressed.
And I really liked that. And then they lost it for a while, but then I hear it's back.
Yeah, they're never going to get rid of it. They're always going to keep it.
Oh, that's the beer's the bomb.
The bomb of beers.
It is.
The bomb
it's
of
awesome.
beer. IED beer.
Obama beer.
That's what you need. Oh, no, do not call it Obama beer because I'll never want to buy it again.
That'll taste like ass.
Karen from Gravity's going to be like, thanks, Steph.
Yeah.
You labeled it the Obama beer and nobody's
Nobody
purchasing
wants
it.
Yeah. Everybody just buys
Everybody
it.
voted it out of here.
No.
You're fired.
Oh, my God.
Yep. The
No,
IED of beer.
The IED
I
of
was
beer.
cutting up with.
Is that the IAD or is it the...
The IEAD.
Wouldn't that be aid of beer?
Isn't there a beer called IPDA or something?
I don't know, but I'm up here to buy AIDS. What? It's called Redneck Steph said the beer's called AIDS. Oh, Alex said there wasn't an S on it. It's just called Aid.
Everybody keeps applying for it. Alex, you suck.
I need a bottle of that financial aid. I got an EBT card. Did you accept it?
Say, the EBT of beers, baby.
They're bringing Slits Malt Liquor Bull back.
I love it. I'm gonna write that down. The EBT of beers, baby.
That's what she drinks.
Nuh-uh.
No. Okay, give me something else good. Come on. Tell me how the rest.
Oh,
tell me how the
man.
rest of your weekend go. We got just a little bit left.
Yeah, I've only
Well-
got 27 credits on my EBT card.
Went Saturday night and watched slot car racing. That was pretty neat.
Well,
That was
yeah,
the first
because
time.
typically you used to go slut car racing and you always won.
My God.
Read between the lines.
Oh, sexy girl.
But that was back in the 90s. She's
Really?
married now.
Steph, turn
Okay.
out the light. Close the door.
So, well, you know, they usually left the light on.
Yeah.
Because it was a hotel, but not
No, I'm
the
talking about
person.
the back of a
The
car.
person never did. Oh, that's shut the trunk. Once the trunk lid closed, the lights went
You know, women are always like, I want to travel. I want to go here. As soon as you put them in the trunk, though, they're kicking and screaming.
All right, Steph. So you went slut car racing.
Slot car racing.
Oh,
which-
slot car. Okay.
Yeah.
And how
Watching
was
it.
that for you?
That was pretty neat. I mean, the cars are like they're bigger than the RC cars. You know. The,
So when they wreck, does the whole redneck crowd go,
I didn't see any red.
And then they start yelling, "When they gonna show the extra rape light?"
No, this wasn't the circle track. This was the drag strip.
She's throwing up his number 3 fingers. So here's my thing. I picture it being fun to participate, maybe, but I can't see. I can't see me watching it and being entertained. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to knock it. I guess I would have to be a racer to be able. Yeah, I threw an extra R on there, as sarcastic there, Alex. Figure I have to be a racer in order to appreciate the racing. Does that make sense?
We just needed to get a just for fun radio.
So we need
slot
to build.
car.
We need to build a just for fun radio slot bus.
maybe David,
My wife accused me of being a slot bus.
maybe David Bertrand may be interested because I think he's into slot cars. I know he's starting to get into quads now.
I don't know. I went up there and
So
was
we need to.
watching
We
Tubby
need to.
and Nikki.
We need to get them. We need to. Okay. So in other words, we're going to have to fund our own
Yeah.
just for fun dragster for them to race.
Yeah.
They race it, or you have a racer. You have a pilot or a driver.
No,
Can you call them a driver?
they race their own.
Is it a trigger man
And it's-
or is it a button man?
It's a trigger.
It's a trigger. Just
yeah, I
keep
would
Alex off of us.
I would love to get
No.
into it.
No, if just
So
for
what's
Fun
the
Radio has
average
a
car? What's the cost of an average car? Any listener that knows any information, please call us now.
Probably.
We need information.
I would
And I
say
know-
$300 to $500 if I remember correctly.
No. And
I just got corrected by Nikki. Come watch and you'll have a different outlook on it.
Deal.
That's my
She's-
point.
she's the
We
point
would need
leader.
we would
right
need
now.
to we would need to
When
go
is
see it.
When is it? I'll go see it.
All
Saturday
night-
nights.
Saturday nights at 7, and Nikki is the point leader.
All right, Nikki, I need you to get in touch with me. I will come out. I'm interested. I'm definitely. Is this the one over in Logan?
Why didn't you periscope it?
Because I didn't know if I could or not.
What?
Because your phone's garbage.
Trademark? Patents?
No, this phone's better than.
Oh, geez.
How about you get back to how you didn't know if you could, Stephanie?
Off topic.
I messed her up.
Because I mean, I would have had to stand down at the end of the track, and I didn't know if that was allowed.
Because you wouldn't want flying objects towards your face.
Was there anybody else standing at the end of the track?
No. So see,
You
that's
do know
why.
you wouldn't have to stand
Okay.
at the end of the track. You literally could just hold your arm over the track.
Her name is Nikki, right?
No, not where I was. Not. Where
Just
we
see
were
what
at.
you can figure out. Nikki's
Yeah.
talking about it right now.
Yeah. I'm interested.
It depends. Tubby sold a car for like $350.
Right. That was right.
Yes, it's off 124. It used to be Main Street Automotive for us. in
Is
the
it
Snellville
right there
area
on the
for years.
corner
It's
of
on the corner.
124?
Yeah, it's called
Okay, I know.
Flashbacks.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I said. It used to be Main Street. My buddy Alan Bennett was the manager of there for many,
Okay.
many years. It was a
Yeah.
Napa at one time. It was a Napa
I know.
type store.
I
but
used to live right down the street. Nikki, I want to
it's
come
next
see
to
you.
where they
I'm gonna-
sell sheds.
I'm going to come see you.
Yep.
Across from Hungry Howie's.
Can you send me the
Is that even still there? I have no idea.
Facebook page or the hours? Because I'd like to come see you before I come Saturday night so that we can look at periscoping and stuff like that. Fair?
Yes.
So if you call me today, I'll come out today.
Tubby
if you
would
like.
probably have more information, but he's at
Yeah.
work. So you'd have to catch him this afternoon. I'll
If-
send you his number.
Yeah, if
I
they're
know they
open
get
tonight or
Not
something
that
like
the
that.
woman doesn't know what the man knows. That's not what I'm saying.
No,
I
that's
just
what you
meant-
said.
That's not really
that's
the way
what you
I
said.
said
When
it.
you looked at me, you said, look, women don't know anything about this. Talk to Tubby.
Oh, here we go. Here
No,
we go.
we need to load the bus up one Saturday and go. up there.
I've really been interested in this because me and David
It
talk
was
about this
pretty-
stuff.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting. I
It's-
mean, it'll
man.
make you wanna get your own slot car, and
I think it'd be fun. Not only that, but I love the we could have helicopters videotaping. I got a little bitty helicopters. I got the little quads. I got drones. It would be
I don't know,
fun.
that's something you'd have to.
Yeah, that's
ask
why I want to talk
him,
to her about.
or
Don't
ask
act
the
like you know
owner.
something all of a sudden.
I'm not acting like
No,
I
I'm
own something. I'm
laughing.
just saying. I don't know.
Yeah,
But I
Stephanie,
know
don't
there
act
was
like you
this-
know anything.
There was this
That's
little
what she
boy
said.
that was up there. He was like, I think Nikki said he was 11 or 12.
Oh, cool.
I don't remember exactly. He beat his dad twice, and
So now what you're up there watching is the drag racing part of it.
yes,
Okay, because I know they have a different kind of track up there too. I've seen some pictures.
yes, I
The-
think and I actually took a picture.
Kind of like
of
Road
that.
Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think they were saying that they'd run those races on Fridays.
Okay, see, I need her to get in touch with me.
But like Tubby had explained to me about some of these picking up such speeds, and the front's not being weighed correctly, or whatever. The front ends have lifted up
yeah,
and
cool.
come off track. And he was actually explaining about he had a really good car that somebody's crappy car. I don't know. Maybe I'm not right calling it a crappy car, but it wasn't nowhere as good as expensive as Tubby's. But their car had wrecked and took his car out.
Wow.
But he's out. So it's not like you're a NASCAR guy and your sponsor just pays for you a new car. I mean, he said, I'm just out the car.
Well, anybody that drag races or knows anything about drag racing, the way that Tubby was explaining it to me, and Travis did do drag racing, and it's basically like bracket race.
It's a bracket race.
Yeah. You can put, I think it was $1 to get in on the light, to where if you have the best reaction time by the end of the night, you win that pot. And it was.
Oh, so you can win pot?
I'll be there today.
Money.
We're racing the new Cheese and Chong van.
It ain't going nowhere. It looks like it's on fire.
Tubby has one that's actually called the Green Machine.
That's
Get
funny.
now, man.
Or no, Kryptonite. That's what it was. Kryptonite.
Hey, man. Dave's
Oh,
not
see, I'd
here,
have to
dude.
have me a nice blue Superman one just to go ahead and get back in. Because I regret. It sucks. I got my Superman bike and hadn't rode it in years. I need to get it back
Yeah.
out. I've kind of backed off the Superman thing in a while. I need to get it back out there.
And
As I
Nikki-
got on my blue shirt.
Nikki has a cool one called Peacock, because you can name your cars.
Okay.
And
I saw something the other day, something about Little Red Corvette. There was some joke she'd made, and it was a picture of I guess it was a Corvette car that she races.
She races all the ones that looks. Like,
I have no idea. I'm just telling you something
that
went
looks
by.
like dragsters,
Okay.
because that's all.
I've
that's all
seen
she races.
a box that Tubby has that's got like some lowrider type trucks
Oh,
and all
yeah,
sorts
yeah.
of cool cars.
Yeah, he's got some pretty neat cars. And
So
then-
they're racing mostly the rail style dragsters.
Yes, but Tubby has some. He has a Mustang that he races from time to time. He said that's his big boy. That's his money car. And
It is weird, humorous. Maybe humorous is the word. It's humorous to hear somebody talk about a slot car / model, and that's my money car. But it's because we don't know it. It's
Yeah.
not that I'm really picking. I'm picking on Steph, but
The Oasis
it's
had a car.
because I don't know. I mean, it's because it's an entirely different sport. Because I know from what me and him have discussed before, a lot of the people that went from racing cars started racing
Yeah.
lawnmowers like J-Mo.
yeah,
Because the money, you can't afford to do all these things anymore. Now, a lot of these people that are still like aggressively into racing have gone from racing cars to lawnmowers, and went from racing lawnmowers now to these models like this, the slot cars, because they're still getting their adrenaline in of racing, but it's not the money that, they're not spending what they used to, if that makes sense. The
Yeah.
overhead is not as much
but you can win
You said head.
just as much, if not more.
based on the pots that you
Yeah.
enter the money, and then
And
your inner money and becomes a winning a prize rather,
Yeah,
right?
because it's like $5 per car that you enter in, and you can enter however many cars you
So
want.
you got 10 people with 10 cars.
Mm-hmm.
What's the math on that?
And I think that Tubby said that it was 60% payout. I think that's
Yeah,
what
I'm
he
sure there has
said.
to be some overhead that has to be met.
Yeah,
Well,
So, I
yeah,
mean,
and
and
the
he
guy
can
doing the
correct me.
brackets.
Right.
Guy doing the brackets always make a buck. So
yeah, and he can correct me if I'm wrong.
That's kind of cool though. Might have to go check it out.
Sure with my figures. Yes, that's what I was saying. And
do you remember what
I
the
was-
name of it is? Does anybody have the name of the place?
flashbacks.
Flashbacks. Cool. Thank you.
We used to hang out at the slot cars right there in Pine Lake City. But I mean, we were not down there really racing or anything. We
Down
just
at the
hung out.
bottom by the lake.
No, it was in the shopping center.
At
It was
the top
on
of the hill.
It was on the top. I mean,
Yeah.
you say top. It was in the shopping center that Eagles Nest Bar and Saloon was.
Mhm. Yep.
My parents' house is behind.
Man, I haven't heard.
So we would walk down there and
Yeah.
hang out. Yeah, the
I
Eagles
haven't
Nest.
heard Eagles Nest
Yeah.
in forever.
Yeah, it turned into a
That was the first lingerie show I ever saw.
Jamaican supermarket
It
or
was like
something.
15.
I went in there one time because my whole life we drove by, walked by.
I saw my first
Mhm.
booby there.
Okay. So, anyways, we always wanted to get in there. All of a sudden, I turned 18 to where I can walk in there. I walk in for the very first time. Dang if the thing wasn't closed like the next week.
So you were the
Closed it
reason.
down.
No, I just was the first time legally able to walk in there.
Y'all remember that arcade that was right there?
Mm-hmm.
It used to get 10 tokens for $1. Oh God, I'd get stoned and go in there and play for hours.
Yeah, because that's what you need to tell people you used to get.
Nah,
Yeah, especially at 10 o'clock in the morning.
okay.
That's the one sound effect I don't have is a bong.
A bong.
Winning.
Yeah, I don't. I have that on the other.
You want? I can do one.
machine.
You want me to get one for you today?
No, but I'm just thinking out of all my. Hold on.
Do you like my soothing voice?
No, like all my little sound effects I have, I don't have the bong. Like I got guns and stuff like that, but I don't have the pothead one, man. I need to figure that one out. I know that sounds so stupid and insignificant, but when we're doing phone pranks, it's kind of cool to have those.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got that. Duh.
Knees.
Yeah, see? See,
What
I mean,
the
look.
heck?
I mean, I've got all sorts of really cool ones. All right, look, we need to wrap this puppy up.
Yeah, we do. All right, Nikki. Nikki sent me a friend request thing. We're good. We're downtown.
Okay. And what else do we got? We got a comedian coming in tomorrow.
Is she coming tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
I need to touch
haven't-
base with her again to make sure.
I haven't been invited. for
Okay,
tomorrow
because
yet,
I thought she was coming Thursday.
Well, then we probably need to go back and double check.
Okay.
and of
yeah.
course,
She was coming last Thursday and then I got sick, remember?
Yes. I
Tuesday
remember.
night we have Tech Talk with Xander back. We have Wednesday night, The World According to Mike with Military Mike. Starts at 7. We have some crazy cool guests today. A couple of retired military folks. We're going to be talking politics, baby.
Now here's, by the way, a picture
Yeah.
of his Superman and his kryptonite. As
Yep,
he
yep,
says.
yep. I'm looking at it too. So this is very cool. Get some likes.
Pardon me, y'all.
I'll go ahead and throw it out there. It's if you go to Facebook, it's called Flashbacks Slot Car Racing. I'm sure they could like some likes. So go visit that. Thursday night, DJ Smiles. Is she still doing the show? Is everything cool? What's up?
Oh, yeah. It's just Thursday night, man. I was just trashed and
Oh,
she was
well,
having
yeah.
to take care of me. Hey, go back through your messaging or Denise's messaging to Angela and see. Her name is Angela Miller. She is a local comedian. She's been doing it for a while. Super friggin' hilarious. And I'm excited. I just can't remember if it was Tuesday or Thursday. So please, one of y'all, you or Denise, whichever one talked to her last, go through your messaging and find out.
Yeah,
I just hate to think it's tomorrow and
Yeah.
it's not. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Because I can't
didn't,
remember. Last week, dude, I was out. You know what I mean? I was kind of out.
You
for
did
the
get
count.
sick, yeah. Because during the show Wednesday night,
Was that not the funniest? I didn't know your guest was outside.
yeah,
so,
my guest during a break smoking a cigarette, and you're out there projectile vomiting over.
so
his
look,
head.
man, it's 8:00 at night. I'm looking at Zay, and I said, "All right, baby, come on, let's go get a Baba." And she slides off the couch for a little butt, she slides down and she goes, "Baba, good night," that kind of thing,
Mhm.
Baba. And she starts walking. And when I stand up and you use your little stomach muscles and you start to get up, as soon as I did that, I went. No, I never had that, Steph. Puking is not that. I'm sorry, you rednecks don't understand that. So as I'm trying to walk around her, I'm now having a mouthful. So I just have to open the door and I'm running out and I'm hurling. Well, I thought that was it. Had no idea the guest was standing outside. Thank God he was to the right side of the deck and I went straight and
Yeah.
started going over the front of the deck and
Yeah.
not the side of the deck.
Yeah, and Wednesday morning we will have Chase Smith from Spirit World Production. He will be our guest here in the studio.
That's cool.
And Friday we have Miss Whisper Whitlock live in the studio.
Wow.
Cool. So I go to puking over the rail, and thanks, Steph, because you couldn't have waited or nothing.
I'm
And
trying to
I
get
just-
it to
I
stop
know,
because
but
it's nasty.
All you had to do was just hold. So then I'm not aware of this, and me and her, I think it's over. We start walking towards the bedroom, and then I take off running for the toilet, and then I start texting Mike in between one of my moments, saying send Alex, send Alex, send Alex. Then I start texting Alex, no answer. Now I'm hurling again, and I'm just beating on the wall, the floor, thinking somebody's going to look up at the ceiling and go, maybe somebody needs me.
Yeah. But
So,
somebody did that.
And then I come down to tell Alex, thanks for coming up. That was really cool that he was up there to help me. And then the other guy smiles and goes, oh, you must have been the one that was hurling off the porch.
Yep, he'll be back. Yeah, he wants to come back on the show. Not.
You're so ugly you could be a modern art masterpiece.
Yeah.
Jeez, that was
So you're going to find out about Angela then.
Yes, I've sent her a message.
I have no idea about that one.
Oh,
Oh, here's one.
Who behave?
Oh, yeah.
baby.
Nude alert! You're so ugly you could be a modern art masterpiece.
Ooh, here's one for Steph.
I told you to shut up.
Bite me.
So anyways, what else do we got, man? Is that it?
That's it.
That's it.
I'm
That's
hungry.
all- yeah, me too.
I'm gonna go get my kid.
I got to figure out what I'm going to do
Shake
about
him.
this.
I'm gonna shake him. Okay, hey, I contacted Loganville Paranormal Investigations about asking them on my show. I'll let you guys know if that's going to be. It's going to probably be into February now. I
Well,
think.
Just
whatever
go.
you
His
do.
name's Bobby Wallace. Just go to
Yeah.
his personal page. Bobby
Who's that, Bobby?
Wallace.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
Bobby.
that's our buddy.
He's
Oh,
been
we
on-
know him.
Yes,
Yes,
he's already
very
been
much so.
here.
That's
and-
why I was going to say,
Oh, I
you know,
didn't know,
please
guys.
don't disrespect him because I know how you feel about the paranormal. 'cause-
but he'll show you some crazy stuff, dude.
yeah, he'll
Don't disrespect him. Thanks, Dad.
well, I know that you
Steph's wrong choice of words.
Yeah, I mean,
Don't
I'm entitled
what-
to my opinion. right?
Yes.
I mean, I'm not going to dog the dude. I mean,
right.
I'm interested. That's why I want to have him on show. Don't
Okay.
cut eyes over at Scotty.
no, I just know how you feel about that and how you want to debunk it. You know, don't
Well, I do have questions.
because
Well,
we do a lot of stuff.
yeah,
with
we've
him.
we've done some stuff with it. I'll tell you, one of the craziest things that's happened is when we were up at Horizons, I was asleep in the bus. Like I was tired, already worked all day, blah blah blah. Steph and all them were up watching the video monitors on the side of the building where everybody was going in and out. I was behind the
Mhm.
building. Well, I stepped out of the bus and was peeing over near the loading dock, and I
Mhm.
heard a bunch of noise. So I start walking up to the door, and I'm at the roll-up door, and I'm hearing all sorts of yelling and everything else. Now, I remember Bobby and them had been in the back.
And you saw a light too, didn't you?
Yes, I saw light shining out from under the door. And I remember they'd already been inside, in the back. So I didn't mess with the door because I knew that's where they were. So then I go back to the bus. Well, a little while later, I brought that up, and they were like, no, we weren't back there.
Yeah, everybody was out front.
Everybody
at
was out
that
front
point.
watching the video at that point. So
Yeah, because that's when we saw the rat.
what did I see? Because I
Yeah.
know where I was. I know what I was seeing, but nobody was back there. So where did it come from? How did I hear yelling? How did I hear stuff hitting metal? How did I hear all that? How do I see a flashlight going under the door? How do I see and hear what I saw and heard and nobody was in the building?
Yep.
So, everybody's entitled to their opinion, but I know that freaked me out.
That's cool.
Oh yeah, and just
Now,
like-
you said his name was Billy
Bobby,
No, Bobby.
Bobby.
B-O-B-B-Y Wallace.
Bobby Wallace.
I can give
Yep,
you
okay.
his cell phone number.
We can do that off air. All right, y'all, we're going to get out of here, man. It's 10:12.
Whoop, whoop.
That's 2 numbers after the other number,
Yeah.
Stephanie. So that's the little piggy after it went to the market.
Whatever.
The Whittle Piggy.
Just saying. I gotta put it in Steph's lingo.
Wasn't that funny? That you got to admit that was funny when she was talking about the slot car racing and I was doing that, but then I thought about it and I was like,
You'd have to be number 3 for Steph because that's NASCAR, right? Or is it 8 now? What number's Junior? And you don't even like
88.
Junior anyways, do you?
Tony Stewart,
Okay.
14.
I thought Tony didn't race anymore.
didn't he get
Yes.
it? Didn't he get in a little altercation last week? He went up in the stands.
race is over.
No, apparently him and some fan or something got into it. I don't know if it was at a race. Somebody flipped him a bird or something, and he didn't appreciate it.
I don't know that, but the big NASCAR racing is over. He
Okey-dokey.
might be doing some dirt track racing at the track that he owns. I don't know.
Okay. Well, I just figured you followed him. What else?
Yeah, you know more than we do.
Apparently.
I mean, you drink this damn man of beer.
Yup.
You got to know more than us.
Better than Coors Light.
The EBT.
Who drinks Coors Light?
Supposedly, Coors Light is supposed to be more popular than Bud Light.
Well, Coors has just always been like
No.
the thing like from the 70s, man.
I
you know?
think Bud Light is the most popular beer in the country.
I mean, yeah, me too.
All right, we're out of here.
See ya.
We gone.
Bye.
We'll see y'all tomorrow.
Okay.
Well, y'all will see us tomorrow if you're watching video.
Yeah. And we're going to Crystal.
Yeah.
Get 50-cent sunrisers.
Get who?
50-cent sunrisers.
Now, is it 50 cents?
That's kind of what I
or
was
50 cents.
Yeah, the way she said it.
It's 50
So
cents.
so we're going to Crystal to get 50 cents.
50 cents.
50-cent sunrisers.
50.
That's not one word.
50.
Is it at Crystal or Crystals?
50 cents.
It's at that place up the street.
I just love it.
that's
It's at Crystal because I'm going to
next-
pronounce it right because they got 50 cents
Is
sunrise.
it Wendy's?
That's
or
next
Wendy's?
to Sam's Mart.
Yeah, truthfully, is it Wendy's?
Yes.
So is O'Charlie's? O'Charlie's? Or O'Charlie's?
Is it Chick-fil-A or is it Chick-fil-A's?
It's Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A. There's no S.
So is it Hardy or Hardee's?
It's Hardee's.
Arby's or Arby?
Arby's.
Is it McDonald or McDonald's? Is it
I
the
don't
Golden
know.
Arch or Golden Arches?
The Golden Arches.
Is it an all-you-can-eat buffet?
How about
Or is
now? There's not that whole biggie or supersize anymore. There's none of that. They don't go by any of that anymore.
Hell no, we're healthy.
So now when I'm somewhere, I'm like, look, they go, would you like to upsize it? And I'm like, I want the largest of whatever it is. Because I don't know who's biggie, who's not biggie, who's.
Would you like a venti?
Yeah, so is it Checkers or Checker?
Is it food poison or food poisoning?
Hey.
Hey, I like Checkers and Sonic. Sonics. Sonic.
See, there you go. All right, we got to get out of here because the IQ points are dropping as we keep going.
Severe we.
Is it IQ points or point? All right, we'll see y'all later. Everybody have a great day. Y'all stay out of trouble. Don't do anything that we would do.
And if
Or
you
at
do,
least try your best not to do anything that
Denise
we would
said
do.
it was on his dirt track.
that's what I said.
Oh God. There's two messages. Let's see. Okay, thank God that was just done.
There was an altercation.
All right, y'all. We will see y'all on the flip side. Stay out of trouble. Don't do anything we would do. As always, it's just for fun radio. Make sure you tell everybody I did it just for fun.
Was it an altercation?
Lie to
or
your neighbors
altercations?
and cheat your friends. I'm just kidding. Don't do that.
Cheaters never lose.
We'll see y'all later.
Why?